Line.
Are we up?
Yes, we're up. I said up.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear the up.
Listen to production cues. The production crew is limited to me, myself, and I. You've known this. You've known this. This is why your brand's going down. This is why the orange brand's going to roll tonight.
Yeah, okay, you said that last 4 weeks in a row. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another absolutely riveting week of professional wrestling. Not sports entertainment, but professional wrestling.
Those two words together are banned.
And I would just like to welcome all of you on behalf of myself and my co-host, the other half of the Kings of Commentary. I am the PNG of Power Elias. And to my left or right, depending on the format of this show, my brother, Stanley Brewer. How are you doing tonight, Stanley?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good because, you know what? In my show, we have a main event of galactic proportions that could shift the very foundation of OCW's upcoming pay-per-view, Defiance, which will be streaming on September 13th. And we are on the road to Defiance tonight, Elias, and I'm sure that's got you excited. So excited you can go three-dimensional.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Glory. And on the road to Defiance, we got to build some momentum. So starting off this show tonight, I think the perfect way to build momentum is one of the greatest rivalries in tag team wrestling, and in my opinion, greatest rivalry of the year 2016. We've got the Usos taking on the New Day. Xavier Woods and Big E will be representing the New Day here tonight. Classic tag team match, but honestly, when it comes to these four men, five of you want to include Kofi, you can expect anything. So I'm automatically assuming this is a 5-star match. Uncle Dave will be sending in the results as soon as possible. Next up, we've got a classic Attitude Era / Ruthless Aggression Era matchup. We've got the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy taking on the Hall of Famer, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Now, obviously, Edge recently wrestled his last match for the Federation in the alternate universe. So we'll see how that goes. But if that's the end of the Rated R Superstar, then I'm proud to say that I was able to watch his career. Next, our midway point, the match that I feel like definitely has potential still to show tonight will be the final match of the Blind Eliminator semifinals. We've got the team of Dakota Kai and Jamie Hayter taking on Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. The way I'm, for one, am looking forward to this, because that just means we're one step closer to crowning the first ever Overdrive Women's Tag Team Champion. A title that, as far as I'm not concerned, will be defended on both brands, and not only just contracted wrestlers here in Overdrive, but anybody, because we seek glory. In match number 4 tonight,
we want excuses for debuts as well.
Of course, absolutely. We kind of bring in everybody. In match number 4 here tonight, we've got one half of Alpha Academy and Chad Gable taking on the newly reformed Blackpool Combat Club's Bryan Danielson with Claudio Castagnoli in his corner. Absolute banger of a match. These are two wonderfully technical superstars who I expect absolutely great things from in the near future. Obviously, Otis has been picking up a lot of steam. He and Okada may be in the near future, but obviously both of these teams are not only singles competitors, but tag teams that are going to try and work their way up in the division.
I always wanted to see DLC too.
Yeah, I want to see this match. Maybe we'll get it before one of them retires, who knows. In our semi-main event, we've got a women's showcase match. We've got Cora Jade taking on Gigi Dolan and Bianca Belair in a women's triple threat match. Obviously, this match has the potential to shake up the rankings when it comes to Becky Lynch's undeniable reign so far as Glorious Women's Champion. And I, for one, can't wait to see who picks up the win here tonight. But in our main event, we've got a match that, rest his soul, Terry Funk would be absolutely proud of. Unfortunately, the legend passed away late last night. But we've got 7-star FTR, 10-time tag team champions, looking to become 8-star FTR with the Glorious Tag Team Championships, taking on the champions in the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, who we have not seen a much of lately. That does not mean that the Judgment Day is not prepared to defend their titles. And again, this match will be contested inside of a steel cage. And I absolutely can't wait to see what hijinks these two teams get up to tonight.
You know, I will say, I still think my card's overall better, but you know what? You have a cute little card here. I'm intrigued to see what happens tonight, and I will say, the match I'm looking forward to the most, I'm intrigued by that Chad Gable versus Bryan Danielson match. Of course, Chad Gable is somebody who has been described by some as, quote, hilariously talented. Chad Gable absolutely has it all. This man survived Shorty G. Not everybody can survive Shorty G, but Chad Gable survived it, and his momentum is through the roof right now. Even though it was a count-out victory, scored a victory nonetheless in an alternate universe over my Galactic champion in Gunther via count-out, and he's going up against the American Dragon, who, while had a busted arm in the alternate universe, also recently tapped out Okada, which is who's the first man to do it in like half a freaking decade. I think if you're looking for a show stealer, you should look towards that match.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that match is going to be a banger. Both those guys, again, world over top athletes. Unfortunately, not necessarily blessed with the biggest of height, and that's kind of been a detriment to them both. Regardless of the fact Bryan Danielson has succeeded everywhere he's been, and I expect Chad Gable to continue to do that, not only here in Glory, but in the WWE as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get away into the first match of the night, revisiting the rivalry of rivalries, the Usos taking on the New Day.
Now, of course, we haven't seen many matches between these teams in recent memory, of course. Series of injuries riddling the New Day, and the Usos, of course, until very recently, holding tag team gold for well over a year. And even though they have their differences in the alternate universe, here in Overdrive, they got their eyes set on another pair of tag team championships. But they gotta get past the New Day, a team who you have favored honestly way too much. You push New Day too much and they've lost every time. And I hope they lose again, because that would be absolutely hilarious.
The uncalled for attack and assumption of my bias is absolutely disappointing, Stanley. But what am I expecting from the manager of the White brand? Absolutely unnecessary, unprovoked attack. But the last time we saw these two teams in the matchup, it was for then at the time the Usos SmackDown Tag Team Championships. No, they were undisputed champions at this point, correct? Regardless, the tag team titles were on the line, and the New Day was trying to make sure that the Usos streak ended before the New Day streak was broken. Unfortunately, the New Day failed in that opportunity, and the Usos claimed the longest tag team title run of all time. And then that title run added an extra, I want to say, 80 to 100 days on top of that. With that being said, now, the New Day is looking to bounce back, obviously suffering some setbacks so far here in Glory, but I don't think that's a detriment to them. Obviously, the New Day bounced back from obscurity to become the 12-time tag team champions in the first place.
Of course.
So Ian Woods are going to take this moment, obviously, to try and come back. And go ahead, Stanley. Unfortunately, E.
I was gonna say Big E throwing out those boxes of Bootios. Wish he'd throw us some. I'm fucking hungry, and I got a jug of milk that's like 1 month expired under this announce desk. It was there when we bought it. I swear to Christ. But this is very interesting because Big E is somebody who, up until his injury as of late, was going on his singles run, which leaves Xavier Woods as the only member of that group to not really go on a solos run or have a solo championship, at least as far as I'm aware. But you did very recently give him a shot at the international title, which, if I'm not mistaken, he got absolutely swept as we get underway here in OCW.
To be fair, Woods was not the first or last person to receive the sweep when it comes to Cedric Alexander's run as international champion, which
I'll give you that.
Sadly, for us and all of the fans, ended last week when Shinsuke Nakamura put on an absolute clinic. Shouts out to Shinsuke. We'll be seeing him and the title very soon. But yeah, no. Woods did indeed lose to Cedric, and he and Kofi lost the tag team championship opportunity not once but twice to the Judgment Day, and now they are banned, as long as Judgment Day are tag team champions, from competing for said championship. They understand that. But climbing the rankings in the event that FTR wins here tonight is just as important as solidifying themselves as individuals here on the Glory roster. Like, Maybe E will challenge for the International Championship now. Or Kofi, who knows?
Now,
But as one of the Usos is working over E here.
well, now of course, Big E. Of course, he was a WWE champion and the second ever NXT champion. I bring that up because I saw an interesting tweet by Carmelo Hayes today. It was a picture of Big E holding the NXT championship, looking over to Carmelo Hayes, who was holding his version of the NXT championship. And I mean, I don't know, just like it was just really cool to see the evolution of NXT as a brand, the evolution of that championship, and I think that picture even has something to say about the evolution of wrestling itself. And, Carmelo Hayes has been a very, very dominant NXT champion during his run. And Big E, well, I don't know how good his reign was, but goddamn, if that belt did not look beautiful around his waist and or over his shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you know your history, but 3 was never enough for E. He needed 5, which is the gimmick that got him the NXT Championship. He had a very solid reign. Obviously, Melo recently defeating Wes Lee in the first ever NXT main event featuring 2 African-American superstars competing for the NXT Championship, which was a momentous occasion. Carmelo obviously is still trying to find his way here in Overdrive as Xavier Woods hits the assisted Meteora on Jay there, who is going through a lot of his own in the alternate universe.
Yeah, of course, very recently, quote-unquote, quitting WWE. Of course, I would too after how much he was screwed over in that freaking SummerSlam main event. But let's not get into that. That's a discussion for Twitter's sake. As Xavier Woods sending Jey Uso over the top rope, and New Day with tons of momentum on their side right now.
Yeah, Jay finally making his way back in the ring after seeing his brother get bitch slapped a couple times by Xavier Woods. Maybe he's still holding that grudge from the uncalled for super kick to the face that cost him the WWE Universal Undisputed Championship. As Woods goes for the planting Jay with the face plant there. Now, I, for one, think the Usos have all the talent in the world here to not only be tag team champions once again, but for Jay to be a single superstar. And a great single superstar that obviously Jey Uso might be eyeing Shinsuke Nakamura's International Championship as well as Big E's working him over currently. New Day having all the momentum. So, Stanley, if you were able to steal one of the 4 men in this match for your brand, who do you think it would be and why?
It would honestly be Jey Uso, because I can remember, if I'm wrong, we had a discussion beforehand, but I remember during the draft, us having a discussion about Jey Uso as a single star. Main event Jey Uso isn't just some bullshit that was thought up by Roman Reigns. Main event Jey Uso is a real thing. I can still remember the rise of Jey Uso. Roman had just come back, got his Universal title back at Payback. Jey Uso was inserted into a fatal 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender at the last moment, and he absolutely stole the show in that match. And if you ask me, I think that he, can steal any show that you put him on as a single star, because Jey Uso, phenomenal tag wrestler, but those skills that he's obtained over the years translate beautifully into being a singles wrestler. And it would not surprise me if Jey Uso climbed your ladder and became international champion. I wouldn't be surprised if he could put up a fight against Okada. Could he beat Okada? I don't think so yet, but I think he could put up a good fight. It's Xavier Woods saving the day for the New Day right there.
Absolutely. Jimmy hitting the Samoan drop into the Uso splash, And speaking of Jay once again, busting open Big E a few minutes ago, definitely suffering that. But Woods doing the tag team thing and breaking up the count, making sure that they do not lose this match so quickly as Jimmy works on the E's leg here. And then E being as fast and as powerful he is, that's definitely a detriment to him having a bum leg in this match. But I have to agree with your assessment. Jey Uso was one, honestly, at the time period when I was thinking of, was going to be drafted by me as a single superstar, but I figured why not take Jimmy too and use that to my advantage. Again, Jimmy working over E in the corner.
Good.
Go ahead.
No, you go. It's your show.
Yeah, no. I'm watching this match closely, and I feel like maybe one of the winning guys of the winning team may get a future opportunity at getting an opportunity for the international or even Overdrive World Championship. We'll see for sure, but the possibilities are endless as we're seeing an absolutely great clinic of tag team wrestling so far. Another Samoan drop by the Usos. Cover.
And Big E managing to break that up. Can I just say that Big E has always had, like, the most muscular man titties?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
his pecs are phenomenal.
Like, oh my god, like we're talking about NXT Big E earlier. Jesus H tap dancing Christ. Like, that man's physique, like, I understood the 5 count immediately when I saw what Big E looked like back then. Hell, that man looked like he could keep you down for an entire 10 count if he felt like it.
Yeah, the 300-pound NXT champion was definitely an experience-wise. Obviously, losing that title, I want to say, to Bo Dallas, who then went on to become the longest reigning NXT champion, as he would be called up to the main roster to work under Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee, which eventually led to his first Intercontinental Championship reign, which no one truly cared about or remember because that title was nowhere near as prestigious as it used to be or is currently during that time period.
And then meanwhile, all the momentum now seemingly going towards the Usos. Xavier Woods almost not able to get the hell out of Dodge right there, failing to roll out of the ring, but thankfully, his big pal Big E was there to protect him. And oh my God, what a showcase of strength by the big titty boy, Big E.
Gut wrench.
Oh my God.
Now he's picking up
Big
Jay
E.
by the
Big
neck.
E just tossing around Jay Uso like he's a fucking soccer ball. Jesus Christ. And wait a minute, looking for the big ending. Ooh, he's close to the ropes.
But he hit it too close to the corner. And Jimmy easily able to break that up. Just lack of ring awareness in the moment there by Big E there.
I mean, Jimmy didn't even have to, jump over the ropes or run. He just casually stepped through the middle rope, stomped his foot, and then, for some reason, exited on the other side of the ring. Of course, we don't have many cameras here in Overdrive. We can't see. We're focused here on the action. And Big E now.
Let me get Jay to the middle of the ring, I should say.
And Big
Looking
E,
for that
big splash.
running splash there.
And with those man titties, that shit absolutely has to hurt. Ooh, Jey Uso.
This is something we don't see often. E.
Uh-oh.
Middle rope.
And Big E. Oh, shoulder charge. And, I mean, that would take me out. I would be dead. Oh, but Jey Uso. Jey Uso rolling around, delivering some right hooks. Uso's still in this. Jimmy's finally back up. But Jey Uso, in just one fell swoop, has turned the tables here on Big E Langston. Oh my goodness! And Big E, he might be busted open again.
Throwing up the ones, still repping the bloodline, even though he's no longer a member.
And of course, Jey Uso possibly looking for that super kick, but right now it's delayed suplex, almost taken down by referees. Those guys are not cheap, costing us $9 now. Yes, they get more expensive. Uso now.
Out to the referee court. Another delayed suplex. Big E's got to be feeling that one. The blood rushing to his head and leaking.
But
as Jay takes a moment to celebrate.
And absolutely
throwing up
nowhere
the
to go for E right now.
Stating the Usos are now in your city.
And Big E
smartly rolling out of the ring here.
Oh, but Jay's going right after him. Crossbody.
Unbelievable so far, ladies and gentlemen. Instant classic of a match.
I almost thought Jay was going to go for the Campbell clutch there. Throwing up the old Sheiky boy. Because who hasn't said fuck Hulk Hogan at some point in their lives?
Fair enough.
Speaking of which, have you listened to his appearance in the Joe Rogan Experience? I was
going
to earlier,
yet.
but got, just was busy.
Hanging in Woods.
And Big E.
I haven't personally. Yeah, I'm just kind of stuck in the middle here. Another super. Oh no, turning Woods inside out. I haven't personally listened to the Joe Rogan Experience consistently, probably since the Undertaker's interview. So I haven't checked that yet. Not really the biggest fan of Joe or Hulk. So, but I'll definitely check the highlights for sure.
I just want to know how many lies Hogan's gonna tell while he's on there. And
Another Uso splash. Will E break it up in time?
And
he does. Jimmy not fast enough to try and stop E here. Too close to the ropes. Jay going back up top.
And another Uso splash.
And another Uso splash.
And E breaks it up again.
E successfully breaking it up once again. Jimmy just not fast enough. Woods, wheelbarrow into the Bulldog.
Wheelbarrow Bulldog. I remember my dad used to take our Bulldog around in the wheelbarrow. And then the Bulldog died, got ran over by the riding lawnmower. That didn't actually happen, but it would have been funny if it did.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, to the outside. DDT to the apron by Xavier Woods.
That was gotta hurt.
These two teams trading momentum the entire time. Jey Uso's been in for a while. A Jimmy Uso tag in could do wonders for the Usos right now. Another DDT.
Jay's got to be absolutely stunned at this point. Count of 4 by the ref. Woods throwing Jay back into the ring. Are we going to see maybe an up, down, down, or mid-iron hour here?
Maybe. I want to go back to something you said earlier in this match, though. The fact that the New Day can't challenge the Judgment Day, so they'll be watching the FTR match very, very closely. But just imagine that. A New Day win tonight, and then FTR win. FTR versus New Day, the amount of merchandise that match alone could sell. And what an elbow drop. The biggest elbow drop in the world. Here's the cover. Jey Uso might not be able to breathe. Punctured kidneys. No, okay, now he's good.
Jimmy successfully breaking that up, thankfully.
Anyway, here we go. Another big ending. That's the second one. Jimmy trying. Oh, Jimmy was right there.
Jimmy successfully breaking it up once again. Woods not paying attention there. But yeah, no, absolutely. The last time we saw FTR, or should I say the Revival, take on the New Day was well over 7 years ago. So seeing that match here in Overdrive, when honestly all of these men are in their prime, the third splash but Woods successfully breaking it up. Like I was saying, with all 5 of these men in their absolute prime, I expect it to be a phenomenal match. In the event that New Day obviously picks up the win here tonight, and then FTR successful in overthrowing the Judgment Day.
And meanwhile, this match absolutely turning into the White Brand's equivalent of Street Profits versus Lucha Brothers. Neither side really willing to give in, of course. The key to these matches here in OCW is incapacitating Heather's partner. What a neck breaker by Jey Uso. And, then this could spell the beginning of the end.
Maybe looking for the 1D. No, leg drop misses. Woods.
Oh my goodness, knees to the chest. Tries to go for a stomp. What a dodge by Jimmy.
Was carrying Jimmy to the corner, maybe looking for that tag team maneuver.
He's about to
tag in the E. Yes, we're gonna get it. Up, down, connects.
But wait, they don't go for a cover. Wait a minute.
E
now the big ending.
Into the big ending. That one.
But Xavier
Jimmy's
Woods not
absolutely
guarding.
Done.
And Jimmy breaks it up. Xavier Woods should have stayed right there. But he what a
missed opportunity there, ladies and gentlemen, because Jimmy's got to be absolutely distraught at this point. Lifeless body in the middle of the ring as Woods gets tagged in here.
And Woods thought about going after Uso. Wait a second. He's going to go to the top rope.
But
Uso falls off.
Splash of his own.
And now these two teams trading finishers. And Xavier gonna go for another splash.
Back up.
And Jay still falls off again. Splash
another
number 2.
Splash.
Here's the cover. One, two.
Oh. I thought E got there in time, but no. Jimmy breaks up the count. What a match, ladies and
gentlemen. Roll up here. Cover.
One,
two.
Two. Woods successfully kicks out. The kick out kid will not die. Elbow to the face, ladies and gentlemen.
But Big
what a banger of a match.
Big E's been taken out. The Usos got to get something done quickly.
Tag in the Jay. But was he the wheelbarrow bulldog? No, wheelbarrow facebuster into the
Here's the
cover.
cover.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
New Day wins.
I got to clap for that.
What
That was
a
good.
match.
That was good. My cynicism for this stupid brand aside, that was good.
And handing Francesca to Turbo, to Xavier, and the New Day celebrate in classic fashion. What a match, ladies and gentlemen.
And that is
New
how
Day
we kick off
finally picking
OCW
it up.
programming. Diesel Dave gives it 5 stars. No Tokyo Dome required. Well, it would have been 6 if it was in the Tokyo Dome. But that's besides the point. What a match to open up OCW programming here tonight.
I, for one, am absolutely ecstatic. The white brand continuing to prove that we are, without a shadow of doubt, the A brand. Once again, opening up with a phenomenal match as we now look forward to what I like to call Ruthless Aggression Revisited. We've got the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy reigniting his rivalry with Rated R Superstar Edge once again. Ladies and gentlemen, will the winner of this match catapult himself into contention for the Overdrive World Championship? There's only one way to find out.
Now, of course, my personal favorite Jeff Hardy and Edge match was their TLC match in, I think, 2009. It was TLC match at Extreme Rules. Jeff Hardy beats Edge to become World Heavyweight Champion. But then a certain straight edge person's music hits.
I was distraught, bro. My 14-year-old mind was just like, you dirty son of a bitch. You go to hell. I embodied JR in that moment. And unfortunately, Jeff would kick out of 1 GTS, but not 2, and CM Punk would successfully cash in his second Money in the Bank contract.
Well, then how did it feel a couple months later when Jeff just was out of the company?
It was a very weird feeling, honestly. That 2008 to 2009 was a really weird time frame because Jeff was on top of the world. And then next thing you know, his brother betrays him, costs him the WWE Championship. They have a match at Mania. You know, he goes back to SmackDown, is able to knock off Edge, become world champion, loses to CM Punk, beats CM Punk again, and then they trade the title back and forth, and it ends in a steel cage match with Jeff leaving the company because, you know, he just couldn't win that battle with his demons at the time period. It was very unfortunate.
Now, of course, he would go on to have some success in TNA, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a return to WWE.
Happened, but even still, had success in TNA.
Yeah, and then he returns to WWE at Mania. He's able to pick up a couple of new tag team title runs with his brother. And then he was able to leave on his own terms and then join AEW. And people's speculation was that he again had fallen off the wagon, but he hadn't until, you know, recently. But I think Jeff truly, at the age that he's at now, has learned his lesson, and he wants to end his career on a high note. He doesn't want to let himself, his family, or his friends down. And I can expect, in my opinion, one more great tag run by the Hardys before it's all said and done. As Edge is making his way to the ring to the greatest entrance music of all time, outside of I Walk Alone by Saliva, of course. And, you know, the Rated R Superstar also recently, as far as we can tell, decided to hang up his boots after a dominant, absolutely death-defying match, back and forth, just pure brutality with the Celtic Warrior Sheamus in his hometown of Toronto on SmackDown just this past Friday. And I think it's a very weird world where, like, the Rated R Superstar is retired by choice instead of by circumstance. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that as the two of them are locking up, and Edge DDTs Hardy on the W.
But that's something I wanted to go into right quick. The fact that when I started watching professional wrestling, Edge, Edge was just somebody who was almost folklore. You heard about him, you heard about the amazing stuff that he was able to do in his career, but every time I heard about the accomplishments of Edge, it would always be followed up with, unfortunately, he had to retire. But then in 2020, Royal Rumble, still to this day, one of my favorite moments in professional wrestling. When the "You Think You Know Me" hit, the pop from the crowd, the fact that Edge himself was nearly in tears just being able to walk back out onto the big stage again, that's a moment I'm never going to forget as Jeff Hardy kicks Edge off the hardest barricade. And the fact that we got so many more years of Edge and got some absolute banger matches, this man absolutely deserves to go off on his own terms, and he can call it a hell of a second career. Honestly,
I can absolutely agree with that.
Can I say, I think his second career is a modern day, like, Shawn Michaels' second run.
I can see that. Shawn, obviously, in his second run, only won one more world championship, beating Triple H, in 2002 for the title. Picked up a couple tag team runs with DX Personified and a world tag team run with John Cena in the build-up to their WrestleMania match. Hardy going for the cover here. So, yeah, I wish Edge had, been able to recapture the title he never lost. But, sometimes things just don't work out. Roman, obviously, on the absolute reign of terror that is the 1,000-day run, coupled with the bloodline, just kind of spelt doom for both Edge and Bryan Danielson. And, we just kind of have to live with that.
Hey, that was a great Mania
as Hardy
match,
hits a standing moonsault, absolute phenomenal triple threat.
That, to me, that's probably the
Springboard,
best match of Roman's title run right now.
It's that or one of the J matches, for sure, in my opinion.
If I had to pick
Hardy
a J match,
celebrated.
I would pick I'd pick the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell I Quit was crazy.
But anyways, these two guys, as you said, these guys were titans of the Ruthless Aggression era. Both of them at different times, having their spot on top, but also very familiar with each other in the tag team sets. Broken broomstick on Edge's head. Of course, these guys competing in numerous TLC matches together. Over the years, it just seems that whenever these guys go up against each other, it's always a banger, and it's always historic in some kind of way. And God, Jeff Hardy's face.
Dropping Hardy on the outside there. Obviously, the Attitude Era as tag team specialists, they redefine what it means to climb a ladder. And then as members of the Ruthless Aggression era, Edge being a member of the SmackDown 6, they kind of stepped it up quite a lot, winning multiple Intercontinental Championships apiece, and then transitioning to world titles. Yeah. I for one, am absolutely proud of the fact that I grew up during their rise to infamy. And I'm seeing this match brings really complicated feelings to me, because obviously they're nowhere near as young as they used to be, and you can tell it. Maybe they're just a step slower. But seeing this match, as an adult, also just brings me joy, because I watched these guys grow up, and now they're in my promotion, and that maybe they could one day be my world champion before they retire, and I think that's just a dope thing. As Edge is looking for a spear here, trying to end it pretty quickly, Hardy looking dazed and confused.
And there's the
spear by the radar.
Spear. Here's the cover. Spear.
One.
Spear.
Two.
Ah!
Jeff kicked out. He says, "Not today is not enough."
Going for spear.
Whoa,
spear.
but it
Spear
appears.
squared. Spear squared. Spear.
Two.
Spear.
Wait, no. Hardy counters. DDT.
Wait. Oh my God. I was too focused on the spear. God, that got me
Not
excited.
today, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Hardy. These two know each other way too well. Hardy looking for an avalanche twist to fate. He is. Oh my God. Edge has got to be unconscious. Cover.
Far leg
One,
hooked. Oh
two.
my God.
Edge also says no.
Running on empty.
You gotta remember, ladies and gentlemen, both these men are pushing their early 40s.
And you know something? You talk about it being a dream. Oh my God!
Another avalanche. Another avalanche twist of fate.
It's the cover. Two. Oh God!
Another kick out.
You talk about this being a dream, having them in your promotions. OCW isn't just the promotion of dream matches; it's the promotion where dreams come true. Oh, and Hardy.
Neck breaker.
And blah, 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 and Thought he was going for the cover. Instead, oh my
Jeff
God.
absolutely wailing on Edge here.
And doing the Braun Strowman round the world. I'm not sure if he's going to run a train on Edge. Okay, thankfully not. Oh, and Edge now. Edge countering.
Edge countering.
And uh-oh.
Looking for the execution, maybe? No.
Oh! Hardy's busted open. Hardy is busted open. And Edge.
Headbutting Jeff here.
Oh, Jesus. That forehead has to be fucking killing him. You know, with
Jeff struggling to get up.
Neck breakers he's taken.
DDT.
Uh-oh. He's
looking for the spear here.
Spear cubed. Spear cubed. Oh, no spear cubed. Instead of a right hook.
Elbow drop.
These two guys know each other so well.
Edge scouting.
Both men.
See another DDT, ladies and gentlemen.
Both men have tried to end it multiple times to no avail.
Edge looking for a powerbomb.
Oh, and he hits it.
Not something we see too often. Definitely something he picked up in the later half of his career now that he's older. Working on Jeff's arm, trying to stop him from hitting that twist of fate, clearly.
Edge having to dig deep into the playbook against Hardy, and Hardy himself, oh my God!
Edge going for high risk and missing, crashing and burning. Jeff can attest to that. Not a good feeling.
Like from Edge since 2009, dude.
I for one am quite shocked. Edge has a history of neck problems. That triple infused neck, obviously, feeling just fine. Going for that top rope maneuver and failing. I, for one, am just absolutely shocked. These men are wrestling like they've knocked 10 years off of their career.
Yeah, but you have to think, Jeff Hardy, I feel, has been on a different level since he's come into Overdrive. He qualified for the International Championship match at Wrestle Mayhem. He got the first fall in that match. Jeff Hardy has wrestled a lot of matches and has wrestled well. Now, Edge has a few matches under his belt as well, but he doesn't have those memorable moments that Jeff Hardy has, so far. I think Edge has a bit of a chip on his shoulder, not just facing an old enemy, but maybe he's feeling like he's getting left behind. Meanwhile, Jeff Hardy, oh my goodness,
twist of fate.
Middle of the ring.
Edge taking a moment to taunt, and it may have cost him cover. 1, 2,
and Jeff Hardy
3.
stays hot.
Jeff Hardy continuing to show that he's not the old man on the block. And Edge suffers from arrogance. I mean, I feel like that's the only thing you call it, taking a moment to celebrate. Hardy taking the advantage and hitting another twist of fate. It took 2 avalanche twists of fate and a regular one to put down the Rated R superstar. Edge had nothing to be ashamed of in this match, but Jeff putting on a clinic, showing that he feels he deserves to be world champion, or at the very least a shot at the international championship in Shinsuke Nakamura. Uncle Dave just texted me 4 stars, ladies and gentlemen, from the old heads of the roster, as we now look to the women's division and the women's movement, as we see the team of The Way, a classic NXT staple from the dying days of Black and Gold, taking on the newly formed team of Damage Hater. I don't know where I was going with that. They haven't picked the name.
No. Call them the player haters.
The
player haters.
The player haters.
Let's go. You can have that one for free,
and Jamie Hater.
You can have that one for free.
Fair enough. As the former AEW Women's Champion.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Keep talking. I need to pour some water.
Dakota Kai making her way to the ring. Former 2-time NXT Women's Tag Champ. Obviously, she's still injured over in the other side in the alternate universe. Recently remaking her appearance on television to support her best friend, Io Shirai. Or should I say Io Sky, the new WWE Women's Champion, cashing in Money in the Bank on a very injured and tired Bianca Belair after a very interesting is the word I choose. Triple threat match featuring the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and the Queen Charlotte Flair, the odd couple of OCW,
who are already in the finals for this tournament.
Yeah, failing to capture the women's championship, but are indeed in the finals of the women's one limited tag team championship tournament.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put that graphic on screen right now.
Yeah, knocking off Shayna Baszler and Mia Yim in an absolutely stunning match. The Odd Couple, obviously, in the first round, beating a very game Toxic Attraction as Jamie Hayter is making her way to the ring. Jamie Hayter and Dakota, of course, knocking off the team of the women's champion, Becky Lynch, and her Wrestle Mayhem opponent, Jordynne Grace, who just recently picked up her first win here, picking up some momentum. So honestly, whoever wins this match tonight is definitely in for some trouble when it comes to the Odd Couple, who will be, taking on the winner of this match at Defiance, our second ever pay-per-view. And I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Honestly, this has been extremely interesting tournament because, player haters know they were in the very first match in this tournament several weeks ago. They haven't wrestled in a long time, but the thing is, neither has the Way, as they were in that first handful of matches as well. It's going to be interesting to see who shakes off that ring rust first. So I think whoever does that is going to pick up the win here.
Absolutely. Now the Poison Pixie, Candice LeRae, making her way to the ring. Interesting enough, none of these women entering the ring together. Obviously, Candice and Indy go way back. Basically, she's mama wrestling to Indy here. But I'm curious to see if that's just because they each want their own individual shine, or if they truly haven't, fully reconnected yet. And when it comes to Dakota and Jamie, maybe it's just they haven't truly accepted that they are a tag team. Both of these women feel like they should be women's champion.
I mean, I would hope that they would all start making their entrances together just so we could save on the budget. But that's absolutely besides the point. Now, here's a woman who was actually recently drafted from NXT to the main roster. And quite honestly, in this match, I think Indy has the most to prove out of everybody.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. Obviously, Jamie Hayter is a former AEW Women's Champion. No need to prove her there. Candice is a wrestling veteran, and then you kind of have to say the same thing for Dakota. She's a former Dusty Cup winner, two-time tag team champion. Now, obviously, Indy is a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion as well, winning those tag titles with Candice. But she's also the former NXT Women's Champion, unfortunately having to drop that title when she got called up to the main roster due to injury. But Indy's the youngest in this match, and I definitely feel like she still feels she has a lot to prove, obviously, because people are still doubting her. But I think all these women have a chip on their shoulder in some shape or form. And we're going to see who can pick up the win here tonight and secure their place in the opening match of Defiance.
And Candice immediately getting started with the DDT. And dang, that must be the greatest DDT ever conceived. And immediately tagging out to Indy, telling, hey, Indy, you go do the rest. I did the hard work for you. And Indy Hartwell battling out of whatever Dakota Kai had in mind. And now, and some chops start the day off. Indy Hartwell's not messing around here, tossing the player around like an absolute rag doll. Don't dance like a goober yet. The match just started.
Again, so far in the history of this company, celebrating too early has indeed cost people damn near every time. Indy working on Dakota's midsection here. Dakota countering. Ooh, nice takedown here.
Now locking up, and Indy, what she got in mind? Reverse DDT, middle of the ring. Indy already back up, and she's going to go for an early cover. One, two. Oh.
Two, Jamie. Dakota kicking out at 2.3 here. Indy picking her up. We'll see an Irish whip. We will.
And
absolutely
almost taking
throwing her
out
over.
Candice in the process, and Indy almost taking out Candice's legs.
Lack of cohesion here on the former tag team champions. But Indy working on Dakota on the outside. And stretching her out once again. Count of 3 by the ref.
And, maybe the Way going for a count-out victory that has been an effective method, especially over here on the white brand, a cheap way to win, but a way to win nonetheless. You know, unlike on the orange
Whoa.
brand where the real winners play. What a kick by Dakota Kai. Look, it's not my brand. I can be as passive aggressive as I want.
Throwing Dakota back in the ring is Indy here, picking her up. Oh, what a kick to the stomach there.
Oh, and what she thinking? Oh my goodness! What a hurricane!
What a
hurricane head scissors, whatever you call it. And now
taunting her, telling her to get up, and now picking her up in front of her partner. Oh, like jaded!
Almost like a standing Amazon slam or glamazon. What the hell did Beth Phoenix call it? Was it glamazon? Or was it
well, yeah, we got the glam slam. We've got jaded. I forget what Taya Valkyrie calls it. But yeah, no.
Probably.
Oh, stunner on the ropes here. Dakota finally countering back. Candice
and Hayter,
deep arm drag by Dakota.
Now Hayter incapacitated. We have not seen her in this match so far. Dakota's doing most of the work, and a bulldog.
What a bulldog by Dakota here. She's got to tag out though. Jamie's definitely the freshest woman in the match.
Immediately going back to Candice.
Oh, what a stomp.
Oh, what a kip up.
Candice with an immediate kip up.
But that might have been a mistake, as she's about to be in a worse way. Back into the corner. Dakota.
And another stomp.
Right to
That's
the
gotta
chest.
hurt.
Now kick to the back.
Right to the chesticles. Dakota finally tagging in Jamie Hayter.
And Jamie Hayter finally in this match and looking for some kind of reverse DDT to your own. And you know, Hayter just getting started with LeRae. Irish whip. Referee almost gets into the way. What an arm drag. Oh, and wait a minute. Best arm drag ever. Here's the cover. One. Ah, it was just a regular arm drag.
And it's kicking out.
Of course, Finn Balor, the Judgment Day, winning that match against the New Day with the best arm drag ever. And oh, what a bridge suplex by Hayter onto Candice. But Candice probably in the best spot, right in the corner to tag into Indy. Indy trying to hit Hayter. Hayter, I don't think she understands what's going on right now.
Now she does. Absolutely working over both members of the way. But Indy
and Hayter fighting with the
getting revenge.
Champion.
What an uppercut. Oh.
But can the former NXT champ from down under get the upper hand? And she just went down under the ropes and uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We have a glitch in the universe right now. Hold on one second. Okay,
technical difficulties because someone forgot to leave their.
Shut the fuck up.
Charger on control.
Shut the fuck up. It's a glitch in the Matrix. Okay, there we go.
Ignore the giant PlayStation 5 controller on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. We are not sponsored.
Behind the
they will not be getting money from us.
What are you talking about?
This is an Xbox promotion, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God. Meanwhile, Kai and Hayter going at it on the outside. Uh-oh. Oh, God. The power. Oh, God. The power bomb from down under. And wait a minute. They both might get counted out here. Oh, right into the hardest barricade in all of wrestling. That had to hurt at the count of 8. And Indy's in. Referee. Oh. And wait a minute. Jamie Hayter's got her up. Plants her. Oh, this could be it. No.
What a close one, ladies and gentlemen. I think Jamie personally made the right decision there, taking a moment to breathe. Dakota can go for the cover here. No, another stomp to the chest. She seems to be favoring that cover. Count of 1.
Uh-oh.
We are still here. We are indeed still here.
Oh, did you lose it? Did you lose the
Yeah, I'm back, momentarily my vision suffering.
I had to unplug something.
The higher powers that be trying to prevent me from calling the A brand's matches.
Blame Elgato. Their
Candace
shit
cover
doesn't
in
work.
corner.
Here's the cover.
Candace successfully not being pinned here thanks to Indy breaking the cover. Hater with the leg drop. And another. Oh, no. Missing. It should have been me. The ass hits the mat. Candace with the stomp to the face. Oh, that's not okay.
Okay, my fucking camera's been off this whole match. It's finally fixed at the expense of almost losing the broadcast again.
Cool.
This is why you follow the subreddit. This is why you subscribe. This is why you follow the Patreon when we eventually get there. It's so we can hire people. And up some tag maneuvers. Oh, double uppercut. One to the back of the leg of Kai. Oh my goodness. Indy looking for the Indy. Oh, I was hoping she'd do the Indy. Damn it. Damn it. This is why your brand sucks. They don't do any fan service. They don't do Indy dives.
Oh, I'm sorry. We want to keep our wrestlers healthy.
Fuck that. Indy dives.
Whole in leg right now.
Fuck that. Indy flips. Indy dives. Tiger Driver 93.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, Candace putting Hater up on that second rope. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is going to be painful
for sure. Extreme!
Oh, what a neck breaker. Cover.
And Indy
hooking both legs. But Kai breaking the count, knowing that might have been the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Women's wrestling matters as we... Oh! Into the submission maneuver.
Oh, it's gonna get. Oh
no,
my God!
Oh, it's pumping her face in.
And Hater barely moving. LeRae could put this away very soon. Wait a minute, Hater. It's got a little bit of fight left in her. And little underhook suplex right there. And Hater's in the tag.
Candace.
It almost looked like doom and gloom, but the player haters are still in this. Irish whip to the corner, and Dakota Kai looking to and having to avoid the referee. Didn't know where the fuck he was going. I'm docking his pay by $2, but still dominating LeRae in the corner. Oh, foot to the face, and that doesn't hurt no matter where you are. Here's the cover. But Indy Hartwell, of course, very tall woman, not having to go far to break that up. And wait a minute, is Kai thinking Indy dive? No. The pun wouldn't work. Oh my goodness, but she just took out Indy Hartwell. And if Jamie Hayter
Indy might have a concussion.
Ring, yeah, Indy is not moving. This is Jamie Hayter's best opportunity to win right here.
Candace
might be looking for
another top rope maneuver.
Oh, and this is extreme
Avalanche neck breaker.
2.
Oh, Indy finally back up, thankfully. Jamie's gotta be not feeling well after that cover.
But Dakota's
one,
break it up.
Two, but Dakota comes flying in.
Right in there. Meanwhile, nice little hip toss by LeRae. Indy watching Hayter. And this might be the Way's best opportunity. Though Hayter's the legal woman, so Candace's going to go get her back into the ring. Indy wisely focusing on Dakota Kai. And wait a minute. Indy dive! Okay, no, the elbow drop. Damn it. It's still look cool, though. And Indy's right back up. What a clothesline. And this is her opportunity, but she's got to get Hayter back in the ring. Hayter gets herself back in the ring. So Indy's going to go around the world and doing it in 81 days, which spells disaster. Almost flying right into that barricade. And Hayter
almost taking out her own partner.
But it misses. Dakota Kai
Indy back in the ring, finally.
Indy's going to reset the count now. Ooh, but
throwing Hayter back into the ring. And now working on... Oh, Dakota kicking her in the face. I think Dakota hit her head on the steps there. She's down.
That was a big boot, but Hayter, able to
pounce.
Oh, my goodness.
Indy able to throw Hayter to the outside. Indy Hartwell looking absolutely dominant here, ladies and gentlemen.
And what a match. Of course, this to go to the finals in the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. In Indy, all the momentum seems to be going to her and maybe looking for a count-out victory. Oh, but Kai catching her off guard, but Kai can't tag in. Now Indy stunner on the ropes, and now Kai's down. Who knows how long she'll be down there, but this is the best opportunity the Way's had. Hayter battling out. And Hayter, what's she thinking? Wait a minute, most devastating move in sports entertainment. Here's the cover, and the Way's moving on.
Hartwell and Candice LeRae looking to add another set of tag team titles to her resume. Good for Indy. You know, she didn't need that slingshot rocket kick.
She didn't need the Indy dive.
Well, yeah, the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions moved on to the finals to take on the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and the odd couple that is Asuka and Charlotte Flair. I, for one, am very excited for Defiance because I think that match has the potential to absolutely steal the show. Uncle Dave just sent me a Skype message this time. Another 4-star match for the White brand.
Messenger again.
I don't know. They blink. I agree. Honestly, I was going to delete Skype from my account from my computer this morning, but something told me not to do it, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
As we told you not to delete. That man's got papers all over his fucking floor. Why are you trusting him? Delete Skype. Just opens itself every time you open your computer. It's annoying.
It does. But there's an option for it not to do that in the settings. Chad Gable looks to throw. I do. Chad Gable looks to knock off Bryan Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club, even though none of the members are from Blackpool, and they should definitely change the name now that they're here in Overdrive Glory. But, ladies and gentlemen, maybe you can look forward to, or just the Combat Club. They could just be CC.
CC. It's like we do like a "This is Overdrive" like commercial, similar to like "This is Sports Center," and it's just like it's just Claudio and Daniel Bryan's like, "Hey, can you CC me on that message?"
Right. See, this is what people should be doing. The women should be looking at the men for reference when it comes to tag teams. Chad Gable and Otis making their way to the ring together, as Chad Gable is looking to shush Bryan Danielson with that chaos theory. I honestly like the underdog in this match. I have to go with Alpha Academy in this matchup. Chad Gable, I think, is going to get the job done against Bryan Danielson.
Alpha Academy, I got wickedly pissed at you when you took them from me when they were my next pick. That's absolutely besides the point. I'm rooting for Gable to get that upset victory right here because that would be huge for his overall career and not just his career here in Overdrive. You know, but of course, wins against the American Dragon do not come easy. Just ask Hangman Adam Page, ask Okada. I mean, hell, ask Triple H, ask Batista, ask Randy Orton. Victories do not come early.
It's the only music we can have that's not copyrighted because it's a piece from like the 18th century.
Woo! And you see, this is why Disney's a bad company. Not because they underpay people, not because they're evil and have brainwashed bunch of adults into fucking spending bajillion dollars every year, but because they won't let their properties become public domain. Fuck Disney.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney.
Chad Gable
hopefully this
versus
match will
Bryan
absolutely
Danielson.
fuck in a good
Right,
way.
and then obviously Disney wants to sponsor Overdrive Championship Wrestling. We're only
we'll take it, but
DM away.
And of course, American Dragon, off to a hot and heavy start with those kicks. Ooh, wait a minute though. And Chad Gable, ooh, what a suplex. And immediately into a cover, looking for the upset. Oh, kick out one.
Now, Chad Gable obviously channeling his inner Mr. Perfect, trying to end this match as fast as possible. Gable, double underhook into a
powerbomb.
powerbomb.
Another cover.
One. See, this is why I had to have Chad Gable on my roster. Absolutely technical showcase so far. Danielson with the springboard kick to the face. Cover. 1, 2. Gable kicks out, ladies and gentlemen. We're only about a minute in, and we've already seen 4 different pinfall attempts. Danielson.
Now, of course, these two relatively shorter athletes, but with the shitload of ability. And oh, wait a minute, Otis trying to buy some time for his guy, and Gable, thought he was going for that suplex. No, he's doing this, whatever the spin-a-rooney thing is. Oh, and just slaps Brian in the back of the head. And he gets the thank you. Oh, and Danielson says, no, thank you. Come again.
Disaster kick to the face. Gable kicking out and 1 this time.
That's a very
Danielson working on him.
There. Gable, ooh, what's he thinking here? Maybe a fall-away slam? No, that's dropping him on the ropes.
Dropping him on the ropes here. Working on the arm.
Oh, goodness me. And now we're on the outside, and Claudio, big, strong, boldly, just trying to give some encouragement to his guy. Of course, Claudio, one of the best at what he does, current ROH champion in an alternate universe. And whoa! What a move!
Head scissors takedown.
And wait a minute.
Did Otis throw in a chair?
Otis just produced a chair and a suplex on it, and the referee wanted to use this padding because the ring is apparently too hard. And Daniel Bryan!
No way!
Looking for the yes lock! Looking for the yes lock. Is Gable going to tap? Is Gable going to tap? And Otis is beside himself. Gable, he's trying to reach. Oh, and he breaks
able to break out of it. Oh, what a kick to the breadbasket. Chop after chop after chop.
And referee finally gets rid of that chair.
Oh, no. Gable countering the drop kick.
The gut wrench and doing the helicopter. That's my favorite 6 move. And Gable, another slap to the back of the head. Thumbs up. And Gable, the leader of the Alpha Academy.
Oh, what an uppercut by Danielson there. Again, Chad Gable so far has a drop kick to the neck. Again, Bryan Danielson, also a man who had to retire at one point because of neck injuries. Chad Gable has put in an absolute clinic so far, working over the American Dragon. I, for one, while not shocked, am pleasantly surprised.
Now, of course, Danielson, he's been getting distracted by Otis quite a lot. Maybe Otis didn't produce that chair for Gable to use, but rather just to distract Bryan. And wait a minute.
Hey, Siri.
Oh!
Good neck. What a German suplex, ladies and gentlemen. That move
this could be
definitely put away even bigger men. Number 2. Danielson kicking out unbelievably. Chad Gable going to the top rope. Not something we see a lot. Maybe a moonsault.
Nah. Oh, thinking headbutt. No, moonsault.
Yes.
Picture perfect. Here's the cover.
Cover. 2.
Oh, kick.
Danielson kicks out at 2.7. Again, Chad Gable absolutely working over the American Dragon. And honestly, what I think a lot of people are unexpected. LaBelle lock.
LaBelle lock. The yes lock. Whatever you call it. At the W, and Gable's going to tap.
No way. Ladies and gentlemen.
It takes a few seconds for the American Dragon to turn the tables on you.
But you gotta give it Chad Gable. That match was like 95% Gable, 5% Danielson. But unfortunately, once he locks in that LaBelle lock, it's very hard to escape. And that cost Chad Gable a victory here tonight. But I think Chad Gable proved a lot of things to a lot of people, and you can expect these two to run that match back very soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, absolutely. Gable proving himself in that match. There was a million reasons why I wanted Alpha Academy for my brand. And of course, Gable's ability as a single star being one of them. Both members of Alpha Academy absolutely showing out in their singles matches. And once again, I wish I had them. Fuck you for that.
It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Maybe a trade will be in the future. But speaking of trades, before we get into this glorious women's showcase match, I would like to announce to the audience that the first ever trade in Overdrive history is on its way to being finalized, and Overdrive Glory will be sending Drew McIntyre to the Orange brand for recently signed Adam Cole. Baby, your thoughts, Stanley?
Well, of course, we hadn't talked about much of what goes on behind the scenes, but Adam Cole, is coming in. He's taking a roster spot from Evil, who, unfortunately, due to some travel complications, has not been able to make it over to Overdrive yet. Of course, we're trying to work it out. We might see Evil here in the future. So Adam Cole only very recently got picked up, but the second I signed him, I got a phone call by Elias Thorne. I forgot to change your contact info. And he said, listen, I want him. What do you want for him? And I said, well, can you give me some bagpipes? And he said, bet. And that's how we made the deal. And you know what? Very, very excited to have the Scotsman here on the Orange brand. You used them a little bit here on the White brand, but I don't think you're using them very effectively. And I know that, you've known Adam Cole for years. You know how to book him. You know him better than I do.
For sure.
I figured it was a fair trade, all right? You get your guy, I get my guy. Feelings aren't quite, as hurt as they were at the draft. Everybody wins.
Absolutely, and you can look forward to both Adam and Drew making their debuts on their new brands in the immediate future. But for now, we can go ahead and look at this women's showcase match where Gigi Dolan, Cora Jade, and Bianca Belair, all former champions in their own right, will be looking to stake their case for Becky Lynch's glorious women's championship.
And of course, another instance of Elias stealing ideas from me. Of course, last week, the Orange brand doing a women's showcase, and mysteriously the White brand doing it the next week. But that's absolutely the point. Anyway, Cora Jade, she's gotten a lot of exposure, here on Overdrive Wrestling. But if I'm not mistaken, she hasn't really been able to pick up a victory, at least not on her own quite yet.
Cora Jade obviously recently signing to take part in the Blind Women's Eliminator Tag Tournament, which is why, because obviously we had the drawings for the tournament in about 4 hours after Cora officially signed with Overdrive White brand, and she was picked. So luck was definitely a part of that. Obviously, her and Liv Morgan failing to win their first round matchup, and Cora's kind of just been on the wayside since. But I want to say this is her third, if not fourth, match so far here in Glory, and I think she's looking to pick up a major win to gain momentum. But she's got to make it past two women who absolutely not only have the age but the experience over her. One in being the former multi-time women's champion in Bianca Belair, and the other one third of Toxic Attraction, and one half of the former two-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, Gigi Dolan, who gave Charlotte Flair an absolute workout in their first round matchup in the Blind Eliminator Tournament.
And of course, Toxic Attraction, two of them, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane being paired with each other, but Mandy Rose, being paired with somebody completely different. Do you think that in any way has possibly caused a rift between the group?
No, obviously Mandy and Bianca also failed in their first round matchup. I want to say that Toxic Attraction, we haven't seen Mandy in a while. Obviously, JC recently competed in that women's battle royale, are stronger than ever. But what made Toxic Attraction the attraction in NXT was championship. And I think that a major first step for them in doing that is beating Becky Lynch for that women's championship. And in my opinion, Gigi Dolan is the future of that trio. So obviously Gigi has this opportunity here tonight, and she gave Charlotte Flair an absolute workout in that tag team title match. Basically, that entire match was just her versus Charlotte in a one-on-one situation. And so with that being said, I think Gigi has a lot of potential, and if she can win this match here tonight and pick up a little bit more momentum, maybe she'll get that match with Becky. And Becky Lynch so far has been defending that championship in 15-minute Iron Woman matches. So let's see if Gigi can go the limit with Becky. in the future if she can pick up that win here tonight.
Could there be a battle of the redheads at Defiance? Well, I know for some people that would absolutely be the best case scenario. But time will only tell from bell to bell. And we're about ready to get the semi-main event for this stupid brand underway. Guys, can we start it now? Please? I want to go take a shit. Ring the bell, referee. Thank you. And we are underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now underway. Gigi immediately going after Bianca Belair. Cora.
Ooh, and Cora.
Oh, knee to the face there.
Now Bianca a drop kick and Cora's down. Now, honestly, this is a very interesting matchup because you kind of see between these three competitors two different generations of NXT. You know, of course, Bianca Belair. She was main roster kind of before the dying days of Black and Gold, but
Bianca obviously
early pandemic, Bianca was a cornerstone in NXT.
Yeah, for sure. And at that point, obviously NXT had gone through a major transition. Obviously, it lost a lot of people. The Street Profits get called up. We see Andrade Cien Almas get called up a little bit before that. Aleister Black is gone by that point. Velveteen Dream and his issues is now out of the brand. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are slowly making their way to the main roster, or at least out of the title picture. The Undisputed Era is on top, and then they start to fall apart. The period of 2018, 2019, heading into the pandemic for NXT was a very interesting period, and obviously post-pandemic, we see Toxic Attraction kind of take over in the dying days of the Thunderdome, and then that group breaks up, and when Mandy Rose is unfortunately, released because of some spicy pictures and whatnot, and then Gigi and JC turn on each other, which leads to what I feel like was the last vestige of Black and Gold into the 2.0 era. Obviously, Mandy Rose being NXT Women's Champion for that entirety, over 300 days. And in that, the Cora Jade recently, looks to be on her way to the main roster as well, being one of the first women of 2.0 to kind of set herself apart from the rest of the pack, along with, Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton now, and a couple of others. But this match for me is an opportunity to see, what era of late NXT truly stands out the most. Whether that's the Bianca Raquel Rhea era, or that's the Toxic Attraction versus Wendy Chu and Indy Hartwell era, or is it Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyria type. We'll see which women's division from that brand truly stands out, because obviously the first iteration with the 4 horsewomen and Carmella, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss stands out to the test of time because those women are all multi-time champions now.
Yeah, and meanwhile, all 3 of these women already have just beaten the hell out of each other. Bianca so far with the only attempted pinfall. Wait, here's a one by Gigi. We couldn't see because Cora Jade kind of, backed up into the camera right there. But whatever that was, Bianca's rolled out the ring, and, she's got a little bit of time to recover, and honestly, I would take it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, and again, a knee to Gigi's face. Bianca taking those 2 seconds to kind of ease her mind. Cora absolutely working over everybody. Has fists and kicks for days for the entire
Wait a minute.
match.
Double suplex.
First tag maneuver we see here, and Gigi immediately taking advantage. Cover one. Obviously, Cora Jade, being on the end of a rivalry with Daniel Brooke where she lost, taking a moment to recover herself. She came back with, how do I say this, 2 new additions to the family. Have you seen Cora Jade's updated look, Stanley?
I have not. Did that happen at Heatwave? I haven't watched it yet.
No, the Dana Brooke rivalry finished right before Heatwave, but her recent Instagram post happened right around Heatwave time period. So if you check out Cora's Instagram, you'll notice She looks a bit different now.
I mean, as you do if you join the family, which, you know, I watched my first episode of newer NXT for the first time in a while, very recently. Cora Jade, of course, triple threat, getting out the kendo stick. And what I saw was not bad. It felt like I was watching kind of an off week when, I mean, the biggest match of that night was Wesley versus Dijak, which was a good match. You know, but it kind of felt like one of those weeks where, you know, not too terribly much was happening and you know, but it was still a good time, and the family definitely intrigued me. I liked how their Titantron, like, where they go through, like, the curtain had what looked like an old, like, NYC, like, slum apartment, which I'm guessing is where one of them grew up, just if I had to guess.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because to me, that's a great incorporation of, like, incorporating, like, you know, real-life experiences in the wrestling. And Bianca, oh no. Oh, I thought she was going to go for that barricade. But she's going to go for a moonsault in front of the barricade.
I will say that, Stanley, that's good to know that you're still a very, you know, lighthearted, innocent individual. Because when I said she got 2 new additions to the family, for you to assume that you were talking about joining Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks, the NXT Tag Team Champion.
Oh. You let me go on all of that without explaining that she had fucking kids or something?
No.
What happened?
If you check your phone for a moment.
We're in the middle of a fucking broadcast, you jackass.
You act like Booker T doesn't order DoorDash all the time, which I've also done on live recording before.
Anyway, explain to me while this match rolls on.
Okay, so you know how Charlotte Flair didn't used to look like Charlotte Flair looks now, correct?
Oh, she got a boob job, got you.
There you go. Jesus Christ, man.
Like, I legit thought you fucking meant like the tag team. We're talking about wrestling. And we're talking about NXT.
I was trying to be subtle.
You know subtlety isn't my specialty, goddammit. We've been doing this for, what, 5 weeks now? You should know this shit.
She's only working on the Cora Jade here.
God. This is why I hate your brand. I look like an idiot on your brand. There's the cover. Okay. And, yeah, there's a wrestling match going on right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
God damn it. Oh, she got the baseball bat. Oh, God. Oh, damn.
Gigi's countering, making sure that weapon is not used against her, picking up the bat now. Oh, swinging for the fences, misses.
Misses twice. That's
not once, but twice.
She has one more before she's out of there.
Jade, head scissors onto the bat. Cora Jade's got it.
And here comes Bianca,
trying to take advantage with Bianca now.
Bianca
dropping her on. Oh, but Gigi immediately attacking.
Gigi Dolan.
Oh! Absolutely planning that looked like a version of the page turner.
The Cora Jade! Middle of the ring! Here's the cover! One, two. Oh,
Gigi kicks out. What a match so far, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna call the fucking replay to this fucking. Is this gonna say like 8,008? It's all it's gonna say. We're gonna be very subtle about it, and people are gonna have to guess what it means.
Cora Jade picking up Bianca here. DDT.
This could be it. Wait, the referee wasn't looking for a sec. That extra second possibly saving Belair.
Able to get in and break up the count.
And Gigi trying to get her hands on Cora, keeps whipping. Bianca Belair holding on to that knee. And that knee might need to be an area of focus. Wait a minute, though. She battles out of it. Oh, I thought maybe she was looking for the... Oh, top rope. Bianca Belair, 450.
Oh,
Picture perfect. But she doesn't cover. Her ribs might be injured. Now she covers. Jade in the ring.
Unfortunately, Jade immediately able to break it up. Cora Jade says, "Not tonight, ladies and gentlemen."
That moment of hesitancy, that pain from Bianca Belair, that ended up saving the day. And now they're locking up. Gigi now. Trying to say GG's to Bianca. She plants her, but Cora Jade immediately with the kendo stick. What's Jade thinking? Oh, no. And she's got that locked in. Cora's got nowhere to go. Cora's got nowhere to go. She's not moving. This could be it. Bianca's got to... Oh, wait a minute. What a counter by Cora. And Bianca helping to take out Gigi. She's now a non-factor, at least temporarily. And Cora... Oh, my goodness. And this could be it. 1, 2... Oh! The EST kicks out. And this is an absolute showcase here, ladies and gentlemen. And Jade, what's she thinking? A little rear naked choke and punches to the head. And Cora Jade now the only one standing. She just has to pick her poison.
Top to the arm here. Oh!
What a counter by Gigi.
Bianca also whiffing on a drop kick there. Bianca, Irish whip. Oh, dropping Gigi with a tilt-a-whirl there.
Here's the cover.
2,
the tilt-a-whirl's gonna
3. Bianca Belair with the tilt-a-whirl face plant, picking up the victory over a very game Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade, respectively.
That was a tilt-a-whirl for the ages. What a match here in the semi-main event. Quite honestly, you could never really tell who the hell was gonna win that.
No, I definitely honestly thought that match was going to go for at least another 2 minutes. But Bianca picking her spot. Diesel Dave sending me a pigeon mail this time. 4.5 stars, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even know pigeons were here.
That means that he gave the star rating before the match happened. Therefore, that star rating is moot. That star rating is moot.
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, second pigeon has arrived.
No! He sent them at the same time and one got lost.
No, bro.
You don't live next to each other.
So
look. Some shit. You live in a basement.
Looking at the stopwatch on the neck of the second pigeon.
What?
The pigeon was only sent.
What is this?
The pigeon was only sent 10 minutes ago. So that being said,
still too soon.
But what is this? The pigeon also has the tablet. Look, yeah, no, 4.5 stars, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Which means, unless the main event shits to bed, the average for tonight's Pride is 4.2 stars.
Oh shit! Oh god! Jesus, Diesel Dave's a crafty motherfucker. Was not expecting any of that. He never sends
ladies and gentlemen.
He never sends me carrier pigeons. He just sends me. He sends me stopwatches, but they scare me because I always come in a box and they're ticking. So I think it's something else.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
He also confirmed
in memoriam of the hardcore legend that is Terry Funk, the main event tonight is a glorious steel cage match for the glorious tag team championship, in which 7-star FTR look to become 8-star and the 11-time tag team champions as they take on the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the current glorious tag team champions. And what I feel, as long as they don't hoe me, will be match of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Not night, but match of the week.
That'll be interesting considering we have a galactic-sized main event. But here come the living legends. I believe now, you keep saying 7-star. I think they're 10-star at this point.
Oh, absolutely. 10-time tag team champions with over 7 different tag team titles to their name.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're looking to make it 8 here tonight. Obviously, they still haven't captured the Impact tag team titles, and AEW and Impact still kind of have a partnership. So maybe they'll make it 9 in the next year or so. Who knows? And But tonight, they have the opportunity to solidify their 8th star and become 11-time tag team champions by winning the tag team championships, the glorious tag team titles of Overdrive Championship Wrestling.
But of course, that's going to be no easy task because they're going up against the inaugural glorious tag team champions, in the Judgment Day, who bested New Day not once but twice. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, New Day watching this match probably extremely carefully because if FTR wins, they might get a crack at it. Of course, here comes the leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, who dethroning Edge from atop the group. Of course, we saw Edge in action earlier tonight. I'm not sure how experienced Finn Balor is inside a steel cage. We know he has experience inside Hell in a Cell, but it's going to be a absolute blood battle for both teams going forward in this match tonight. FDR just sitting stoically outside the ring. Balor, though, making his entrance without Damian Priest tonight. Could there be, just like IRL, could there be, a little bit of a, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? The right adjective always eludes me when I'm on this show. Could there be some disagreements between the pair? We don't know. Of course, Finn Balor, doing his old entrance still, possibly just mocking the audience, saying, this is what I used to be, but this is what I am now. And speaking of now we wait for Damian Priest to come out. The steel cage still has yet to be lowered, but it's a looming presence over all the competitors as the final member of this match starts making his way. In an alternate universe, Senior Money in the Bank, but in this universe, one half of the glorious tag team champions in Damian Priest. And again, these two winning the tag titles at Wrestle Mayhem over the New Day, taking over in what was an absolutely chaotic ladder match, but then the next week, Judgment Day, ruling the day once again, getting a standard tag match victory over New Day and cementing themselves as glorious tag champs. Of course, them winning that match thanks to the best arm drag ever, the newest finisher invented by Finn Balor. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch OCW Glory episode number 2. Every episode of OCW, by the way, is available in our Overdrive Championship Wrestling playlist. Of course, if you want to watch the whole playback with the full stream, you can do that too. We don't care. As long as you watch, we are happy to have you. Damian Priest gonna go to his corner with his boy. Meanwhile, looks like Finn Balor is just absolutely pissing off some young kid in the crowd. That kid's probably gonna remember this day for the rest of his life as he begins his training journey to become an absolute wrestling legend. That's besides the point. Ladies and gentlemen, this steel cage is about to come down. The main event's about to go down, and I hope it ends quickly so we can get out of town and go to the OCW Theater for Overdrive Pride.
Anyway, again, the A brand main event is here, ladies and gentlemen.
The A brand,
obviously, like Stanley said, you can catch all of this on the YouTube channel. But let us know in the comments in the playback after. Who do you think's going to win this match? Like, is it FTR or is it Judgment Day? We appreciate you watching. Get ready for some good old-fashioned, classic, talented tag team action. Because once again, we are the brand. Once again, not only are we the brand, we have the tag brand, the women's division, and the heavyweight championship. So, continue to enjoy the show.
And of course, the mystical powers of the Judgment Day on display right there. They're so powerful, they don't even put the belts on their shoulders. They just let it hover above them. That's how powerful these guys are. And how about this? Neither of them backing down as FTR makes the first move, and Damian Priest fucks himself up going off the rope, but Finn Balor immediately recovering, delivering a stomps to Dax Harwood, and now, Cash Wheeler, what power by the youngest of 13. And of course, one of the only ways to win in this match, both team members have to escape the steel cage. And Balor goes off the ropes, almost tripped up by Cash, but recovers. And a DDT. But as Balor takes care of Cash, Dax Harwood now taking care of Damian Priest. Of course, two bigger members of the teams going at it. And Finn Balor, wait a minute. And Finn Balor's already making an effort to get out. And Finn Balor's already on the way out. Oh, wait a minute, though. At the last second, Harwood puts him down. We are off to a hot start.
I don't know if that was the best idea for Finn to try and get out of the match here that early. But, you know, power to him. Damian's definitely the type of guy, if you leave him in a 2-on situation, he'd probably be fine, but I don't know if I'd want to be left alone with these two guys in particular.
I mean, the guys that call themselves Fuck the Revival, fuck no. I would not want to be left alone with these guys in any capacity. Whether they were the
Absolutely
Revival or called like Generation U or some shit.
Only man standing. Generation U is hilarious.
I mean, because the Bucks were Generation Me, so now it's Generation U. What a nice little suplex by Priest. Now Priest going to the aid of Balor. Planting Wheeler on his
planting past Wheeler there. Now Priest climbing.
Trying to make his escape. I don't think he doesn't notice that Hardwood's getting back up. Oh, and pulls him right off. And Priest about to take a nasty, nasty fall. Oh, no. Oh,
Another
what a powerbomb.
Right. He had to be like 10 feet in the air.
And the Judgment Day twice have tried to sneak out of here. Hardwood not seeing Cash Wheeler and powerbombing Finn onto him as a result. Wheeler back up, but that could do some irreparable damage down the line.
Yeah, for sure.
And wait a minute here. Both members of the Judgment Day locked up.
In submission. FTR can speak from experience, being on both sides of that. Finn with the brain buster.
Harwood eats a punch by Priest.
Hell of a shot by Priest there.
I mean, you know that shit has to hurt. Now Big Damian
Finn
Priest
climbing.
And
Priest.
South of Heaven by Priest. And Balor can't climb out. He's going to eat a power bomb by Wheeler. But, oh, wait, Wheeler's going to try to escape. And Damian Priest doesn't realize. And Harwood's back up, but Balor just in time. And both teams seemingly knowing what the other's capable of. Members of both sides have tried to escape so many times already. You trying to sneak away.
It's almost as if these men don't know pinning is an option. I mean, it is an option, right, Sandlin?
I mean, it should be, but who knows? Anyways, and now Finn Balor's all alone, and Priest rolling nowhere to go. What a move by Balor and Priest taking down
Here by
Harwood.
Priest.
And they can both
men now climbing.
And this could be it. This could be it. FTR is down.
Harwood is up.
Harwood's up. Finn's climbing. And I believe both men have to escape. Finn's at the top. Oh, but Harwood's got him.
Finding the time to knock not one but both members of Judgment Day down.
And Cash Wheeler's taking care of Priest now. And now slowly letting down Finn Balor like the nice boy he is. And wait,
Harwood and Wheeler are climbing.
So is Cash. Oh, and a cage.
All four men are up.
Everybody's trying to escape. Who can Mario Party their way faster? Harwood and Balor are at the top.
At the same time,
so
Priest is also up.
Here we go. And wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a dangerous place. Ball from at the B. Oh,
Harwood gets knocked down. And so does Wheeler.
This could be it. This could be it.
I think that might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, no. Harwood.
Priest.
Does Wheeler get... No, Wheeler does not get the Priest in time.
And Priest climbing down. And Hardwood and Finn battling on the outside. So Priest is down, but both men have to make it. So what's Priest going to do from the outside? And Wheeler might escape. We might get a... Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute.
No.
This could spell
Finn's down.
disaster. Because Wheeler's got a clear shot. Wheeler's going to escape. It's going to be Balor and Hardwood trapped inside a steel
In a
cage.
one-on-one situation. Balor with the powerbomb. Finn
Lining
looking
up
for
something.
1916 maybe? No. Counter.
And Wheeler's climbing down. And just like that, the isolation. You talk about differences between Balor and Priest, and Priest kind of leaving Balor in the dust. And Balor's got nowhere to go, middle of the ring with the sharpshooter.
Shout out to Bret Hart, a role model of both Cash and Dax.
Nobody there to save them, though. But Balor able to save himself. Now, if you're Priest, I think you try to go open that door. Because all you need is for Balor to escape. So I think you go and open the door.
Finn looking for that corner dropkick. Yeah, but I don't know if Priest can with Cash being right outside with him. Finn not going for the coup de grace. He just decides to climb the cage.
And Finn now, he's climbing. Dax is still down. Finn at the top. He's at the top. He's just got to climb down. Hardwood just now
Can
getting
Hardwood
up.
get up in time?
Can he make it? Can he make it? Can he make it? Just in time.
Oh, he does!
Just
Unbelievably. Barely making it, ladies and gentlemen. Dragging Finn back into the ring unbelievably.
FTR is still in this. And now Hardwood looking to get those tag team titles. Balor's writhing in pain. And he's down. Balor getting to his feet.
Dax.
Hardwood at the top. Can he Mario Party his way to a victory? Balor. Oh, Balor reaches him.
Finn right behind him. Somebody's going to have to hit their finisher here.
Dax still struggling to make it out of the steel cage.
Dax Finn not doing
struggling.
enough damage. Finn finally able to drag Dax back into the cage.
And back to reality. And there goes Gravity. Oh, wait, not quite yet. Gravity still exists. And now both men are climbing.
Finn.
And Finn's at the top.
Dax now at the top as well.
And uh-oh. And victory is right there. It's right there for both men.
Oh, he just busted open Balor.
Oh, what could they be thinking? Oh, there goes Hardwood.
Hardwood has been thrown back into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. But no, he's back up.
Climbing up. Can he make it in time? Can he make it in time?
I don't think he will, ladies and gentlemen. No.
No.
Then Balor does it. And unfortunately for the New Day, picking up that win tonight no longer matters because Judgment Day retains. What a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Hardwood had to watch as Balor deliberately slowly made his way down the cage, knowing he had the match won. That has to hurt if you are FTR, but Judgment Day still getting the win.
Judgment Day so far have knocked out. Judgment Day so far has knocked off all comers. And I'm very curious to see if and when they lose the tag team championship. Maybe this. I thought Cedric Alexander would have the forever reign, but maybe the tag team titles are the forever reign here on the White Brand. Judgment Day proving they deserve to be here yet again. I thought this match would go on for a little bit longer. We did not see a single pinfall attempt, which was unfortunate. And maybe that kind of changed the tides of the match. But a pretty solid cage match. Not the best, not the worst, but I feel like that's a pretty decent way to end a great show here on the White Brand, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, for watching yet another week of absolute glory.
And while that is the conclusion of Overdrive Glory, for those watching the stream, stick with us because we have another incredible show lined up for you on the orange brand, a main event of galactic, proportions, a main event that could shift the very foundation of the Defiance pay-per-view. But before we get to that, Elias, your final thoughts on this show?
Solid card. No, not even solid. Great card. We started hot. We continued being hot the entire way. We cooled down a little bit, obviously, with the main event. But even then, quality matches across the board. And no bad match on the card, which was something I can hang my head on for sure this week. 3 stars and up. Great show. Great card. Definitely looking at some future championship opportunities on the road to Defiance, and obviously for the card itself. Thank you to the men and women of the Glory roster for continuing to prove without a shadow of doubt that the A brand is in all white.
And of course, never forget, star ratings being delivered by Pigeon Mail. I know for a fact that that is a first in professional wrestling, and glad it happened, even if it's ridiculous, glad it happened here in Overdrive. And I will say, you had a good show, but was it a great show? We'll see after Pride goes off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Overdrive Pride coming up in just a bit. Stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are... you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. That's what I'm supposed to do on your show. That's what I'm supposed to do on your show.
I tried to get it out before you started. It just wasn't.
I'm not actually mad. I do that on your show all the time. Because burps are funny. Anyways, you know what? We're going back to the fucking screen. We're doing it again. We are on the road to Defiance. God damn it. You know, we're going to keep going. We are on the road to Defiance, and the main event tonight could shift the very foundation of the pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, you should know who I am by now, but in case you don't, I am the manager of champions. I am one half of the Undisputed Kings of Commentary. I am co-founder of Overdrive Championship Wrestling and general manager of Overdrive Pride. My name is Stanley Brewer, and I'm kind of a big deal. And joining me as always is my longtime partner, my hated rival and bitter enemy, the man who receives fucking pigeon mail of Dave Meltzer, the PNG of power, the other half of the Undisputed Kings of Commentary, Mr. Elias Storm. And welcome to the Orange Brand Overdrive Pride. Elias, how do you feel about my card? Be 100% honest and a little pessimistic.
I think your card tonight has a lot of potential to do a lot of great things. However, some members of this card consistently have proven that they don't give a shit about putting on a good match. They just want to get paid and leave. So, that being said, you're either going to have a lot of 3 to 4 star matches, or you're going to have 2 4 stars, maybe even the 5, and then the other are all going to be like 1.5, 2 stars.
Look, I'm aiming for all 5 so I can put your brand to shame, and the men and women that we're putting on the line tonight, there's a lot of them, and they're all pretty goddamn good at what they do. So let's take a look at the card we got for the Orange Brand tonight. Kicking things off, Sheamus won a Prideful Showcase match last week, and he is now getting an opportunity at the Internet Champion Jon Moxley, who's currently 4-0 during his reign as Internet Champ, and they'll face each other in a backstage brawl. Who's gonna fall down and not be able to answer the count? We shall see. And after that, we are in the second round of the House Open. But tonight, somebody is getting kicked out. Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler. And in a match where the loser gets eliminated. We'll see what the house decides on that stipulation here in a moment. And then our midway match. It was announced earlier today that Bayley has decided for Defiance. She wants to defy expectations, and thus she has put herself and 3 other women in a TLC match for the Proud Women's Championships in the first of 3 qualifiers going down tonight, as 2 familiar opponents, Raquel Rodriguez and Mickie James, will face off for that first spot. And then after that, how about a little tag team action, huh? But not 2 tag teams, 4 of them. The Bucks, the Profits, Top Flight, and the surprise team-up of Ospreay and star air guitar Hiroshi Tanahashi going up in a 4-team tornado tag. That is going to be one hell of a chaotic match. We'll see who gets the victory in that one. And then in our semi-main event, a TNA reunion of sorts, as Robert Roode will go up against Jonathan Overdrive in the first match of the second round on the winner's side of the House Open. Of course, the last, I'm sure it's a match that you're looking forward to, being that you're a TNA guy yourself. And of course, before we get on to what our main event is, here's what the House Open is looking like. You know, of course, Robert Roode, Johnny Overdrive both having a win apiece. A loss here would not be the end of the world, but would put them on loser's side, while it's win or go home for Ziggler and Zayn. And then, of course, in our main event match, a main event of galactic proportions, as the Galactic Champion Gunther will make his first title defense as he goes up against one of the hottest stars in the entirety of Overdrive Championship Wrestling in Seth motherfucking Rollins. That match coming at you in our main event tonight. I am excited. I know Elias is not as excited, but you have to admit that main event is fucking huge.
I know, absolutely. Like, I'm a big fan of Gunther, or should I say Walter. I have been for several years now. Obviously, Seth Rollins and the love-or-hate relationship I had for him is a quality contender. But just know that regardless of how great your show is tonight, it won't be better than the A-Brand, who put on several elite-tier matches, especially that opener. That was a solid 5-star classic, which I just don't think your John Moxley versus Sheamus has the cojones match. We shall see, though.
And as we always say, time will tell from bell to bell. And speaking of bell, the opening...
Again, that's not a thing.
That's a thing in this show, damn it. We're making it a thing.
Trying to make that a thing. We're
I
not
will
making
make
that
it. I
thing.
will make it a thing. And whoa, wait a minute. And these two already going at it. This is a backstage brawl, but they wanted to start out in front of God and everybody. As Moxley and Sheamus already off to a ferocious start. Here to start the night here on the Orange Brand is the man with the orange hair goes up against the man who bleeds. Well, he doesn't bleed orange, but he does bleed. Mox versus Sheamus to kick off the show. Who you got in this one?
Technically, Sheamus is a redhead, so he bleeds red. But yeah, I honestly at this point, it's a sucker's bet to doubt Moxley in a match where pinfalls matter. But this is a match where you got to knock the other guy out first. So I think I got to give the edge to the Celtic Warrior. Obviously, he grew up in the mean streets of Dublin. He's been in many a bar brawl. And with that being said, that bro kick is a force to be reckoned with. I got to give it to Sheamus.
Very interesting, though, of course, Sheamus winning that 4-way showcase match last week. Of course, winning it thanks to a little bit of assistance by LA Knight and also delivering very ferocious bro kick. And this is a matchup that I've pretty much wanted to see since the draft, because these are two very big men, which, I'm sure that, when Moxley was Dean Ambrose, they had a handful of matches, because, hell, Dean Ambrose at one point was wrestling more matches than anybody, and Sheamus, he's just been a worker ever since he came on the main roster in 2010, 2011, and these two already beating the hell out of each other. Suplex on the steps. And, honestly, though, I think through all of this, I think Moxley's going to retain again. I think Sheamus is obviously going to beat him into near submission, but Moxley thrives the more violent the match is, and I'm expecting this to be ultra violent as all hell. As Moxley planting Sheamus.
Moxley plants Sheamus. He's been working on his face, trying to bust him open to make it easier to knock him out once he get that blood flowing. But Sheamus can't be counted out. Sheamus has gone to absolute war with some of the biggest, brightest, and best that professional wrestling has to offer. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Bobby Lashley. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a slobber knocker, win or lose for both guys.
Sheamus delivered a punch or two, but Moxley already arm dragging, and these two haven't even gone backstage yet. They've just been battling here right in front of the OCW universe as a spotlight guy is having a stroke. Somebody legitimately go check on that guy, because I think something's wrong. But these two, just giving the OCW universe a show, and oh my goodness, a dog pile driver. Man. That has to absolutely hurt.
Not very backstage of a brawl, is it?
No, but hey, it's a brawl, and backstage is really a concept when you think about it. Sheamus gets his foot caught on the world's strongest barricade. He's about to eat a second.
Pedigree.
Oh, Jesus, that's a second tombstone. And John
Moxley. I feel like this is more of a, now that they're in the ring, a Falls Count Anywhere match than a backstage brawl. But you know what?
The backstage brawl is pretty much a glorified last man standing anywhere kind of match when you think about it.
This is fair.
But Sheamus, though, he's taken 2 pile drivers, yet he's mounting a comeback and a delayed. God, it's like being at the airport. It's so delayed. Suplex. And that could be huge. All the blood going to Moxley's head. He's probably dizzy as hell down there. And Sheamus just piling on the elbow dives. And then a boot right to the ass of Moxley. And continuing to work on that leg. And Sheamus out the ring. Is he thinking weapon? Oh, he's thinking steel. He's thinking stairs. Of course, stairs playing a vital role in the main event of Wrestle Mayhem with that last man standing match. And the stairs probably going to play a vital role here. But Moxley able to do something before the stairs become a factor. And
again, Gunther and Tommaso went back and forth with the stairs. Sheamus saying no, he's looking for the white noise. And not onto the steel steps, but God, Moxley with no. It's about to be a step war. And Sheamus is carrying the steel steps effortlessly into the ring. Moxley booting it kind of out the way. Oh, what a showcase of strength by Sheamus. But now Moxley rolling away from the double steel. Sheamus looking for a broomstick, got nothing. And now a kendo stick by Moxley. Moxley drops it, but still taking control over Sheamus. Oh, no. Oh, Snake Eyes on the apron. Absolutely just dropping him there. Moxley back into the ring.
And John Moxley, the last man you want to see with a set of steel stairs, but putting him down. And Sheamus has a hell of an opportunity.
Backbreaker.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, the stairs go flying. Somebody is going to land on those things, and they're going to absolutely get each other hurt for our amusement. And it's looking like it might be, oh, no. And a backbreaker of his own. And Moxley, he might be signaling for the end right here. He's got an armbar locked in. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Moxley picking up the stairs.
You know, the state of Colorado once considered this a form of execution. Steel steps to the face. Sheamus with a bro kick out of nowhere. Sheamus is the new champion.
I told you. It just takes one bro kick. That thing has a PSI of 1800. I know you weren't watching back then, but he and Sheamus had a punch off. And Sheamus kicked the shit out of the punching bag. And I knew then that kick to the face was not comfortable.
And
decent match.
Sheamus wins the Internet Championship with a bro kick. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, John Moxley dropping the title to the Celtic Warrior.
Reign is over, ladies and gentlemen. Sheamus is our new Internet Champion. Hopefully, Sheamus will attempt to complete the absolute ridiculousness that is the 15 title win stretch to earn an opportunity at the World Championship. 15's wild, big dog.
my goodness. But just what gets me is just how absolutely out of nowhere that was. The referee could see that Moxley was knocked out in mid fucking air, dude. Like Mox was still falling, steel steps just absolutely flying behind him.
Body, ladies and gentlemen.
But
looking like a noodle.
Oh my goodness, and that is just the start of action here on OCW, because next up we have the first elimination match here in the House Open. It's been a very, very interesting open so far. And Dolph Ziggler's Sami Zayn are going to fight for survival. And that match is happening right now. And yep, I'm getting the word from Gorilla. Everybody is ready. And entrances are going to be made And here comes Sami Zayn, of course, losing to Johnny Overdrive in what was the first and only singles match at the House Open. Of course, with this now being round 2, any stipulation is on the table right now. You just can't repeat the stipulation per round. And let's see, I'm getting word from the House now. The House is going to go with a new stipulation. This stipulation will be falls count anywhere. I don't know if either of these men have much experience with that type of match. I feel like Ziggler would have more experience with Zayn just because of how long Ziggler's been in WWE, but this is going to be a very interesting one for sure. Maybe this one will end up backstage, unlike that backstage brawl, which congratulations to Sheamus becoming the new internet champion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Phenomenal win for Sheamus, picking up yet another accolade in his illustrious career, new internet champion. Maybe the loser of this match will have an opportunity in that title in the future, because they're definitely not getting at a shot for the U.S. one anytime soon. Dolph Ziggler.
It's very funny you mentioned that. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's very funny you mentioned that because both of these men were in that inaugural Internet Championship Battle Royal. Both of them, coming up short. What's even more interesting is that another man in that match, Robert Roode, who beat Ziggler in a tables match to open up the House Open, and Ziggler still wearing the same jacket that he had as part of the Dirty Dogs. And Ziggler must be going through some trouble right now. Maybe he's having a hard time letting go of his tag partner. We'll see if that plays a factor here. Anyways, I stepped all over your point. I totally meant to do that, except not really. Go on.
Because you weren't raised properly. But the Dolph Ziggler, is the kind of guy who you can put anywhere on the card and he'll absolutely show out, champion or no champion. But he hasn't really had the chance to ever truly be the guy. And maybe being the guy in Overdrive goes through the road that is Sami Zayn.
What a catch by Zayn in the scoop slam. And, Ziggler, both these men on the absolute brink of elimination. This might be Ziggler's only chance for a while. After not winning the Internet Championship and now going 0-2 in the House Open, that would not bode well for the Showstoppers, or not Showstopper, I'm sorry. That's his inspiration. The Show-Off's career.
Absolutely not. But Dolph Ziggler is now going to go through trials and tribulations and then bounce back astoundingly. So even if he does lose here tonight to Sami Zayn, who also hasn't truly had the opportunity to just be the guy, whether that was management holding him down or injuries, I think both of them will be okay. Dolph more specifically, obviously Sami could use the boost that is winning the House Open and getting a shot at the United States Championship. But Sami Zayn is the underdog of the underground. There's no truly counting him out in any shape, form, or fashion.
No, there's never a match where he's not in. Very recently, I watched his 2 out of 3 falls match with Claudio, known as Antonio Cesaro at the time. What a sunset flip! Here's the cover, and Sami Zayn was put that away right there. But that match is not only was that a great match, but that just showcases that Sami Zayn is never truly out of it. He got a very quick first pinfall in that match. Claudio had to work uphill to win that match. And of course, later Sami would upset Adrian Neville to become NXT champion. And maybe, as he throws Ziggler in the world's hardest barricade, maybe tonight could be a launching point. Maybe a win tonight. Oh, what a move!
Famouser on the outside.
A famouser, as I'm talking about Sami possibly making a Cinderella run. But he's got to get past the show-off first to do that. And the crowd already getting up for this match. Speaking of up, Sami Zayn's back up. Trying to grab Ziggler. Ziggler sidesteps out the way. Oh, that almost looked brutal. And Sami.
Oh, it's Sami. Into the submission.
Oh, putting his ass right in Ziggler's ear. This could spell bad news if he rips one. Oh, and thankfully, Ziggler stopping before that becomes a reality.
Ziggler.
Ziggler up hitting the steps, but maybe saving himself off the
Sammy
steps. Here's the cover.
1,
Oh,
2.
kick out by Ziggler to
Oh.
Wiggle.
Thought that was it for a moment.
Oh, and a kip up. Wait a second.
Oh, neck breaker.
Action. Do these two decide to battle it into the crowd? We shall see. Oh, goodness. What a back body drop. And a cover by Ziggler. The referee can't really see, but he can see the legs kicking out. You know, honestly, great peripheral vision by the referee right there.
Sammy.
Oh, God. Another super
Oh.
Sammy. That has to hurt. I was right next to the steps. And Samuel now into the hardest barricade.
The hardest barricade. Dolph dropping Sammy with that elbow clothesline there. Trying to take advantage, but can Dolph pick up the victory here? Absolutely just throwing Sammy around on the outside of the ring here. Ooh. Oh, split leg drop.
God, I've taken one of those before. That shit absolutely hurts. Oh, and Sammy now fighting back. Wait, was that a haluva kick?
Sammy, what a boot.
I think that was a haluva kick. That might be it. Here's the cover. 1, 2. And Dolph Ziggler goes
and that
home.
Is Dolph Ziggler once again leaving the arena absolutely empty-handed. Gotta be a heartbreaker. Sami Zayn with the haluva kick
out of
with
nowhere,
no rope to hold up his opponent out of nowhere. As the fans olay to the music. What a moment for Zayn, getting a much-needed victory, moving him to 1-1 in the house open, ladies and gentlemen.
And the underdog possibly beginning that Cinderella story, of course. Still a lot of ways to go, but for now, Sami Zayn has survived and remains in the house open. But now we go from the house open to an opportunity at, well, defying the expectations, as two very familiar opponents that we mentioned earlier, Raquel Rodriguez going up against the veteran Miss Hardcore Country herself in Mickie James. Of course, these two women facing off with Serena Deeb in the first ever women's three-way dance here at OCW. Of course, Serena Deeb putting up a fight against Bayley last week, but ultimately getting put away. And Bayley now looking for not one, not two, but 3 new challengers to possibly climb the ladder against her in the TLC match coming up at Defiance. But before we get there, we gotta see who's gonna be joining her. And of course, here comes the powerhouse Raquel Rodriguez. Now, she did tap out to Serena Deeb in that 3-way dance, and hopefully she's using that as motivation up against Mickie James tonight.
That was a very good point. Obviously, Raquel and Mickie, unfortunately, not being able to get the job done in their quest, to be women's champion. But another opportunity here. Raquel, former NXT Women's Champion, former NXT Tag Team Champion, currently feuding with the mommy dom that is Rhea Ripley of Judgment Day over in the alternate universe. Raquel showing off that massive back. Braun Strowman is quite used to that sight, from what I've heard. Hopefully Raquel can pick up the victory tonight here and earn her place at Defiance, and show the world that Latin Dommy Mommies are also an option besides the gothic white ones.
Yeah, but once again, she's got to get past Miss Hardcore Country herself. Here comes Mickie James, who of course won the first ever women's main event in OCW as she defeated Hikaru Shida. Of course, that was to qualify for that three-way dance in that Eliminator tournament. And now another opportunity for Mickie James to rise to the top. But you know what? Mickie James is going to put up a good fight, but I think Raquel is just a bit too powerful for her. That back, one of the most powerful backs in all of professional wrestling. And Raquel possibly looking to put the whole women's division on her back with a win, not only here, that Defiance, but of course, we don't know who's won yet, but time will tell from bell to bell. But Elias, who do you have in this match?
Normally I'd pick Raquel, like powerhouse easy win, but I'm a back experience. I'm a back with veteran, the hardcore legend, hardcore country, Mickey James in this one.
There we go. There's the opening bell. And Mickey James, not afraid to take a stand, but she wasn't standing for very long. What a power slam by Raquel. I honestly thought she was going to go for the cover right there. Oh, I'm looking for, back body.
Lord.
And Mickey James not in a good way right now.
Oh, yikes.
She eats a
Absolutely
boot.
working over Mickey. This might be a short one, ladies and gentlemen. Raquel pounding Mickey James's face in. Not in the fun way.
And Mickey has not been able to get any offense in outside of maybe that opening lockup. I don't know if you call that as offense. I think you just count that as fence. And Raquel now, oh goodness.
I'm so tired of you butchering the English language.
Well, now that I know that, I'll keep doing it. As Mickey battling her way back. Oh my goodness.
Monkey flip, which I've always found kind of questionable of a name, ladies and gentlemen. Mickey finally picking up some patented offense necessary, but that was short. Kel just saying, screw your star ratings, screw your 5-star matches. I care about is big dummy women beating up smaller women. No bumping meat here. Well, you know, Big E's all talking about, I don't care about your 5-star classic.
Yeah, I don't care about big meaty men slapping me, bumping me.
Right, well, you can't have
over
big
the
meaty
top
men
rope.
bumping me here, but you can have big dummy women beating up smaller ones, and that's what she's doing.
Well, it looks like a smaller woman getting the upper hand. What a head scissors by Mickey James. And, oh, what a DDT. Mickey James putting up a fair fight against the powerhouse towering over her in Raquel. In the OCW universe, seeing an absolute brawl take place right in front of them. Referee at the count of 4 now. And
Raquel making her way back to the ring.
Possibly wisely backing off. And now she's ready for Mickey, but Mickey was ready for her too.
With the takedown into the drop kick to the face.
And Raquel's outside
Needed
the ring once again.
Score.
Oh, what a boot!
Oh, Raquel boot to the face.
Yeah,
Mickey's got to be feeling that one.
She did the MGS stealth move. She hid behind the pole, popped out, did her sneak attack. But Mickey James battling back, being a warrior tonight. She's taken a lot of punishment, but has been able to dish it out. It's part of the reason why. Oh my goodness, that was not an easy suplex.
James channeling her inner suplex machine here.
Referee to count of 5. And Mickey now trying to chop down the bigger woman. Plants her face.
Mickey James possibly looking for a count-out victory here. Count of 6. No, throwing Raquel back in the ring, saying she can win the right way. I don't know if that's a smart idea.
I mean, she's
Mickey going for the mid kick, misses. Clothesline by Raquel.
And who would have thought a single duck could possibly save the entire night for you? But ooh, facebuster. Mickey can't capitalize on it though. Into the corner she goes. Now what's Raquel thinking?
Oh no, Raquel.
Oh no. Oh my goodness! That could be a good night for Mickey James. 1, 2. Oh, what a kick out. And a kip up by James. Where is she getting this energy from? But Raquel says, screw your energy. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Raquel is going to Defiance.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Raquel Rodriguez once again proving that she is the dominant woman. But Mickey James has nothing to be ashamed of.
Now, Mickey James was a mid-kick away from possibly winning that. But Raquel, though, using that back, using that power, using that raw strength, and she earns that first spot against Bayley at Defiance.
Yeah. And we didn't even see the Chicana bomb. Alright, next up, we've got a match that should devolve into absolute chaos from the beginning.
That's what we live for,
We've got
baby.
a four-way tornado tag match between some of the best tag teams on the planet and yet another odd couple. We've got Top Flight, the Young Bucks, the Street Profits, and the team of Will Ospreay and Hiroshi Tanahashi, aka Star.
It's star air guitar, and you're right about that being an absolute odd couple pairing. I'll get into them in a sec, but we gotta go team by team here. Let's see who's coming out first. The fans waiting with absolute bated breath. Man, some of them are probably gonna pass out from holding their breath so much. What are you fucking guys doing back there? Thank you. And here come the Young Bucks.
And it's the boys from Rancho Cucamonga, the EVPs, the greatest tag team in professional wrestling. The Young Bucks making their way to the ring first.
Greatest team in professional wrestling, but they've had trouble finding their footing here in Overdrive. Of course, during the draft, losing that match to RK Bro. And then last week, one half of them getting a chance against Matt Riddle, but ultimately Matt Riddle tapping them out, coming up short. And now the Young Bucks got to start again from square one. But of course, a victory can do wonders for you here in Overdrive. But the Bucks have very hefty competition tonight. It's going to be a difficult road.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up.
Here comes a team where one half of them competed last week. And of course, they own one of the 5-star matches here on Overdrive Pride. Here come the Street Profits, who are
swag like nobody else.
Of course, the Profits would like a little bit of momentum. Haven't competed as a team since the first edition of Overdrive Pride when they took on the Lucha Brothers in a #1 contenders match.
The match that would not end. Street Profits finally losing that match to the Lucha Brothers after Angelo Dawkins just could not make the break of the count for the 1400th time. He was flying everywhere in that ring.
That match went 26 minutes, by the way. I can't remember the exact time, but I did time it.
I want to say that's the longest match to this day in the history of Overdrive
100.
Pro Wrestling.
I don't think any other match goes 20 minutes, though we'll have to see. Of course, the comprehensive guide being put together right now as we speak.
Of course, like obviously we have Iron Man matches, but Iron Man and Iron Woman matches, but they've all been 15 minutes long. So by definition, they don't count. But yeah, the Street Profits trying to gain some momentum here at their first time as a tag team in quite some time.
Yeah, of course.
But we got another tag team. Go ahead.
Well, so I mean, I guess we'll transition into that because next up, if I'm not mistaken. What are you fuckers doing back there? Want a schedule here? Send them out.
Well, maybe they're playing rock paper scissors, and here goes next.
Profits waiting.
Okay, cool. Making their way to the ring now. The Martin Brothers, aka Top Flight, the tag team, unfortunately, that is the most known for injuries, and in the current meta that is tag team wrestling. If it's not Dante, it's Darius. Obviously, Darius teaming up with Action Andretti. I'm sorry, blanked on his name for a minute. One of the cooler theme songs in ROH/AEW, and obviously Dante being former tag team partners with the likes of Leo Rush and Matt Sydal. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that Top Flight hasn't had like a full year together as a tag team in quite some time, but they're looking to make the difference here in Overdrive. And you drafted them in Pride, so what was your thought process on drafting Top Flight as a tag team?
Well, I mean, the first time I ever even heard of Top Flight, it was when it was just kind of Dante Martin, that little bit where he just, got time to shine, was just doing all this incredible shit, and of course, both of them being so young. Quite honestly, what I saw from Top Flight, I saw another version of the Street Profits in the making. That's really what I saw, except instead of Montez Fords and Angelo Dawkins, it's 2 Montez Fords. Now, that's not a dig at Angelo Dawkins. I just mean in terms of style and how they wrestle. I saw 2 Montez Fords, and that, quite honestly, is just incredibly overpowered. But as you said, it's been a long time since the pair have had the opportunity to be a full tag team. They did get a #1 contenders match against Imperium, but Imperium making work of them. But let's go on to this odd couple. Will Ospreay and Hiroshi Tanahashi, aka Star Air Guitar Tanahashi, they're some of the greatest wrestlers in the world, right? And those are the reasons why I drafted them, because I knew of just how incredible that the pair were. But they've had a lot of trouble, gaining momentum as single stars here in Overdrive. Ospreay had 2 cracks at the Internet Championship and fell short both times. Of course, that mauling by Moxley last week, that shit was absolutely not pretty. So Ospreay struggled. Tanahashi lost that 4-way qualifier match for the Galactic Championship, in the first episode of Pride, and then lost a showcase match between him and 2 other competitors. And so, both these guys looking desperately trying to get that first win any way they can, and maybe they can do it as a team, maybe not. We shall see. And with Star Air Guitar Tanahashi entering the ring, we got all eight members of this match. So grab your popcorn. Don't bother with the seat. You're only gonna need the edge. It's gonna be one hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, obviously Hiroshi Tanahashi and Will Ospreay have been on the same side and opposite sides for a while now. I want to say Will and Tanahashi are tied when it comes to singles victory, so I'm sure they'll want to run that back eventually to break that. But hopefully they can coexist as they once did when they were both members of Chaos? Chaos sounds right in my head.
And immediately, just absolute chaos in this match. Both members of Top Flight and one half of the Bucks getting planted. And Ford now.
There's the other Buck.
Yeah, planting the other Buck. And Ospreay busting the face of the other Buck. It's a fucking Buck fight, Buck world. Everybody's taking slams, and a pinfall attempt by Star Air Guitar Tanahashi on Dawkins. And God, the referee's getting bumped just by trying to move. This is pandemonium. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Dante just planted Matt Jackson, looks like. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of watching this match for the chaos. Commenting and all this nonsense is damn near impossible. Like, we've got bodies everywhere. The only men in the ring currently look to be Hiroshi Tanahashi and
Darius.
Matt Jackson.
Well, Darius is out. Now it's Tanahashi and Jackson. And a table got produced at one point, but never displayed.
We've got everybody tying up. We've got Tanahashi and one of the Bucks. We've got Dante
choke. He's gonna tap.
Breaking the cover now. He was tagging it up. Oh wait.
Oh my God.
Cover.
And the submission not broken, but the attempted cover broken up.
Will Ospreay and Montez Ford on the outside. Matt Jackson's also there for some reason. We've got the Martins against Angelo Dawkins, Nick Jackson, and Tanahashi now. Dante planting Angelo, and Darius working over it. No.
And
Nick Jackson countering.
Well, now both members of Top Flight in the ring, and Darius looking to take flight, and a broken broomstick over the head of one half of the Bucks. Now Dante putting the other Buck into the ring, but Ospreay throwing Dante into the hardest barricade in pro wrestling. Bodies everywhere. And a sunset flip by Ospreay. We've seen him use that move a time or two. And Ospreay coming to the aid of his partner with a kick on Montez Ford. Meanwhile, 3 other men in the ring. Montez, a choke slam. Angelo going for the cover in his own
Pinning
right.
for Nick Jackson. 1, 2. Cover broken by Dante Martin. Tez back in the ring now. The Street Profits seem to be the only tag team working together. Tanahashi in the ring now.
Tanahashi looked like he was trying to spell the beginning of the end as the Bucks, Ospreay, and one half of the Martins
misses.
are locking it up on the outside. This is a hard match to call, which is everything going on everywhere all at once. Oh my
Taking
God!
out Dawkins, flying to the outside. Hiroshi Tanahashi is the only man standing in the ring.
And he actually has room to gloat right now. And Ospreay, meanwhile, taking care of things on the outside, will not any longer running into that barricade. Montez Ford going to join him. They're barricade bros. And now Ospreay eating shit by Darius Martin. And whoa, wait a minute. Ospreay just kicked whichever buck that is on the way down. But now a sling blade by Dante. What a forearm by Tanahashi, who kips up. And Tanahashi with a DDT. All but 2 bodies on the left side of the ring. On the right side, you got another member of the Bucks going up against Angelo. Ospreay working over Tez. Oh, bust Tez open. And now a springboard forearm. Both members of the Bucks in the ring. Oh, Darius Martin's all alone. This could be bad. This could be bad. A suplex.
The Bucks working over Darius. Cover. Ospreay in the ring.
Ospreay
breaking it up.
Immediately. All right, while this chaos goes on, I got to try to fix my flipping camera again. So, I don't know.
Super kick.
Middle of the ring.
The Bucks cover.
The Bucks might win.
2.
Kick it.
Oh, Ospreay barely kicks out. I thought that might have been it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sliced bread by Darius.
And here's the cover on that sliced bread.
2.
And someone else
Kick
got
out.
busted open.
We've got bodies and blood everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Dante Martin working over Hiroshi Tanahashi.
As I say,
as Montez Flores knocks out Darius and now follows him to the outside of the ring. Will Ospreay, the only man, now no men are in the ring, I should say.
Now everybody except for Darius Martin on that right side of the ring. And what an overhead suplex by Tanahashi. Now everybody in one place. The fans getting a circus show. Oh, pile driver!
Oh, Matt Jackson just murdered Darius Martin.
And this shouts out maybe to Kevin Owens / Steen with that package pile driver. And just bodies everywhere. And Ospreay and Tanahashi, both seeming in a bad way. Oh, what a vertical press. And Tanahashi's down. Ospreay! Oh, he whiffs! He went off the top rope and he whiffed, but nobody takes advantage.
Again, absolute chaos. I don't know how we're going to get a pin here. Code Red by Will Ospreay.
There's just...
The Jacksons finally making their way back out of the ring. Montez Ford just throwing bodies everywhere.
And one of the Bucks had the chair, a la the CM Punk brawl. And now, I think Punk might have a chair, but either way, once again, bodies everywhere. If this was 2007 YouTube, the song would be "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor."
All right, Matt Jackson dropping Tanahashi and Nick working on Angelo.
Face first onto the floor. I don't know who he was going for, but he lawn darted himself.
Okay. Ospreay throwing Dante back into the ring.
It is chaos. What a suplex. Well, I thought maybe they were looking for a super kick there, but no. And what a counter by Montez.
And Nick Jackson.
What a sliced bread by Dante. Middle of the ring.
Matt Jackson covered. 1, 2.
And a kick out.
Dante unsuccessful in pinning Matt Jackson.
Maybe looking for another
sliced bread.
Another
cover.
Sliced bread. The cover.
1,
and Montez
2,
is confused.
3.
Top Flight wins.
Montez Ford. Dante Martin successfully pins Matt Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Top Flight picking up a much-needed win and gaining momentum here on the Orange Red in the tag division.
I know my camera's off. You should have seen my face. One of the youngest tag teams taking advantage of the chaos and the potentially concussed Montez Ford with an incredible match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk more about this match in just a sec. We have to go away for just 1 second to fix some technical difficulties. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now back. And allow me to replicate the face I made when Top Flight won. It was surprising victory.
Face only a mother could love, ladies and gentlemen.
Whatever the fuck you just said, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, a monumental win for the Young Boys in Top Flight. That's their first win here in Overdrive. Of course, Dante taking advantage of the chaos. 2 sliced breads. And Montez took too many bumps to the head. And thus ended up not being able to break up the pin. And Top Flight, a big victory over 3 of the strongest tag teams here in Overdrive. And maybe, just maybe, that'll put them in a future tag team picture. Now, of course, Elias, as you saw, that was nothing but pure organized chaos out there. What are your thoughts on that match?
Very interesting match. Absolutely. Again, absolute chaos everywhere. I didn't really know what was going on. There were two brother tag teams in this match. It's kind of hard to tell who was who at times. But shout out to Top Flight for pinning the Young Bucks at that. Not the first time that's happened. And I'm glad they were able to do it, to build some momentum.
And speaking of momentum, how about some momentum in the House Open? And as we open up the first match on the winner's side of the second round, and the House has determined it's a new round, and they will use their singles match card for this match. They match up a TNA alumnus in Robert Roode and Johnny Morrison. Overdrive, and that match is happening right now. Once again, we are here live at the OCW Theater. Excellent place to watch a wrestling match. Everybody's waiting. One of the most overpowered theme songs in all of wrestling. Here comes the glorious one, Robert Roode.
Also, still wearing that Dirty Dogs hoodie.
Honestly,
so clearly,
I think he's wearing that wait a minute. Wait, someone's behind Robert Roode. They're not attacking, but someone was there behind them.
That Matt Hardy?
It's not version 1. That's Matt Hardy. What's he doing out here with Robert Roode?
That's interesting, ladies and gentlemen. These guys have obviously history together from TNA days. Roode, a former Impact champion. Hardy, a former Impact champion. Very curious on this.
We haven't seen Hardy since he took on Jon Moxley for the Internet Championship. That was Jon Moxley's first defense. Before that, he was also in that Battle Royal. Of course, version 1, Matt Hardy not able to get it done, but this is not version 1 Matt Hardy. This is just Matt Hardy coming out tonight. And will he play a factor as Robert Roode looks to go 2-0? Very interesting alliance that we have here in our semi-main event.
Yeah, of course. And interestingly enough, Roode's opponent, Johnny Overdrive, has a lot of history with Matt Hardy. They've gone to war with each other for tag team titles over the years. I'm very curious on this unholy alliance, one could say, between Bobby Roode and Matt Hardy, as John Morrison makes his way to the ring.
John Morrison, Overdrive, looking to make it more than just make believe. Wants the whole OCW universe to open their eyes and see that he is the next United States champion. But a very interesting alliance stands in front of him as the Shaman of Sexy makes his slow approach to the ring. Of course, he can go whatever fucking speed he wants because he's Johnny motherfucking Overdrive. And someone in the crowd maybe jaw-jacking him too much. Of course, the Shaman of Sexy not going to put up with such bullshit. And now I was told, because last week John Morrison did a Starship Pain-like move, but jumping off the top rope into a elbow drop, calling it the Starship Bomb, as you will. It took a couple of them, to put away Sami Zayn in their matchup, but Starship Bomb seems to be a very formidable finishing move.
Definitely a surprising one for sure, and it definitely did damage to Sammy, who picked up a win earlier tonight, keeping his hopes alive. So we may see those two in a rematch very soon. Standing Spanish Fly. If Overdrive can pick up the win here tonight.
And of course, Roode, his former tag team partner, who both of them seemingly having a turn on each other in the opening matchup, the House Open with that tables match, and Roode looking to improve to 2-0, while Ziggler is the first one to go home.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dolph couldn't pick up the win here tonight, and I'm sure Rude had either mixed feelings or a good laugh about that one.
Well, something tells me with Matt Hardy in his corner, he was having a good laugh about that. It was suplexed into a cover. The referee's running around. Here's the count, and only gets one. But off to a fast and furious start. And Rude.
Right.
Neck
breaker by Rude here. Not a ravishing one, just a regular one.
And Rude, he might try to end this early, looking to try to get Morrison set up for that glorious DDT. Oh, wait a minute. Morrison says no. Kip up. What a drop kick by Morrison. Now he's going to work a little bit on Rude's arm, returning the favor. Oh, God. Needed the arm. Of course, Johnny Overdrive, very big, chiseled man. Very big feet, big legs. And probably big other things as he's taken over this match, continuing to hurt the arm of Robert Roode. Of course, if you have a bum arm, can't really do a DDT all that effectively, can you? Or do a suplex.
Can't. Especially a lifting one. Morrison working on the arm, as said, the glorious DDT is an impaler DDT, so not being able to lift your opponent.
Oh, thought maybe we're getting Starship Bomb instead of Moonsault.
Moonsault.
Picture perfect. Hooks the far leg. Cover.
Hand is under the ropes, ladies and gentlemen, but it does not matter. Root kicks out at Q.
Well, now if you're Robert Roode, not only do you have a chance to go to 2-0 and get one supposed to U.S. title, but you have a chance to be even for both these men. Oh, what a kick! And wait, could this be it? Here's the cover. 1, 2. Whoa!
Like I was saying earlier, either you're going to have some really good matches or you're going to have some matches that are kind of just, I came here to win and get a check. And John Overdrive, a.k.a. John Morrison /Nitro/Mundo/Impact/TV, picks up the win here tonight, moving on to 2-0 in the house open.
And the Shaman of Sexy collecting that paycheck. So Robert Roode not out of this tournament yet, now at 1-1, while Overdrive is the first man to be 2-0. But, there's still a lot of intrigue following that match. Matt Hardy coming out with Robert Roode. Hardy didn't play much of a role, but, that's an alliance we've never seen before. And again, we haven't seen Matt Hardy in multiple weeks. And he suddenly comes out with Robert Roode. There's something going on between those two. I can smell it.
Yeah, definitely smells kind of fishy. But that's unimportant because the winner of this match is Johnny Overdrive. And with that being said, he moves on in the house open. I'm very curious to see the rest of the winners bracket for that. But in our main event here tonight, your main event, I should say, on the lesser brand, and they probably clearly so far it has not been as great as the show as Glory has been this week yet again, proving my point. But this main event has potential to be a 5-star match. I'll give you that. I don't want to, but I'll give you that. We got Gunther. We got Seth Rollins. Explain how this match came about, my friend.
Well, I mean, it's been a long road, since Wrestle Mayhem. Seth Rollins, he picked up a huge victory over Kenny Omega, and then he faced off against the one, the only Mr. Moose, who at that moment in time was coming off 2 straight victories. Moose getting a victory in a Prideful Showcase match, the first Prideful Showcase match, and then scoring a pinfall victory over Tommaso Ciampa. But then Rollins beating Moose cleanly, and because of that win, he earned himself this opportunity at the Galactic Championship. And again, a win tonight by Rollins could shift the entire foundation of Defiance as Gunther in his first title defense. He's gonna look to put Seth motherfucking Rollins away. Of course, Rollins the first overall pick for the Orange brand here in OCW. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna pick a winner in this match. I honestly think it can go either way.
Yeah, I'm here for controversy. I'm going to give it to Seth Rollins dethroning Gunther and becoming the new Black champion.
And of course, there's our ring announcer Ryan. And of course, his mother gave all of us a ride into work today. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, that's well.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the first pick in OCW history. And looking to make his own history tonight, becoming the second ever Galactic Champion. And this is the first time the Galactic Championship is being defended here on Pride and here on OCW TV. What an opportunity it would be for the Visionary. And I don't know, should we call him now? Wednesday Night Messiah doesn't really roll off the tongue that well.
Wednesday Night Messiah is not bad. But, in pro wrestling, what's the point of having just one nickname? So, yeah, the Visionary, the Architect, the Wednesday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, the Fashion God, some might say, has the opportunity tonight to become Galactic Champion as the crowd sings his way to the ring.
Of course, one of the most over themes in all of wrestling.
Absolutely. But with the most over thing comes a lot of responsibility. And that responsibility is going to clash here tonight with the Ring General, Gunther, leader of Imperium, absolutely scary big boy. He went from a big meaty man slapping meat to a big scary man beating the shit out of people. So Seth has got to watch out for those chops. Gunther has multiple ways to finish this match. He can choke people out. He can hit this mean-ass lariat that'll absolutely turn you inside out. He can powerbomb you, or believe it or not, he can jump off the top rope and hit you with a splash.
Or he can chop you to death.
Or he can just chop you to death. There are options. As Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser flank him to the ring once again.
And of course, that Galactic Championship around his waist, winning that back at Wrestle Mayhem at the main event. A last man standing match with Tommaso Ciampa. But of course, this match is just a standard singles match. So really this match just comes down to who's going to be the better competitor. Will it be the big man Gunther, or will it be Seth motherfucking Rollins? And now Imperium, it looks like they're going to be out here with Gunther for this match, though Imperium not often a team that necessarily interfere during the match, but Gunther did play a role, has played a role in the past, when Kaiser and Vinci have been out there. Maybe Imperium tries to help Gunther tonight, but Gunther's a man. He's all about pride. It's part of the reason why we drafted him. And would it hurt his pride to have Imperium help him? Are they just out here for moral support? We don't know. We don't know how this match is going to go. But shouts out to Gunther, wiping his feet before entering the ring. That is seen as the ultimate sign of respect to those who came before you.
Yeah, it's a time-honored practice of guys who are dedicated to craft, students of the game, and obviously Imperium is that. They say the mat is sacred. They say their job is to protect the mat, which is why they are the way they are. But Gunther may have, poked his head in the past for Imperium, the tag teams matches, but Imperium, as managers for Gunther, usually stay out of the way because they know he doesn't need the effort. So I think Seth Rollins, besides just having to be wary regardless, because you never know what could happen, has absolutely nothing to worry about from Ludwig Kaiser or Giovanni Vinci.
And Gunther staring daggers into the soul of the first overall pick. Of course, Gunther defeating Ospreay, Omega, and Tanahashi in order to qualify for the Galactic Championship. And of course, as we said earlier, defeating Tomato Champ. And Gunther now, could this be the last time he sees the belt for now? We shall see. And Seth Rollins taking a look at what might soon be his. Ladies and gentlemen, who will win this match? Time will tell from bell to bell.
Stop.
No, that's my catchphrase.
No, it's not.
I'm making the thing because it hasn't been a thing before. This is how things are made. And there's the bell. It's main event time here on Overdrive Pride.
Things happen organically. You can't force things. You're forcing that.
I'm organically forcing it. As Rollins getting off to a hot start. and delivers that fist right in the face of Gunther. Rollins knows he's got to wear the big man down quickly. And what's he thinking? Oh, thought maybe pedigree, but now gonna go for another neck breaker.
Yeah, Rollins just gotta wear down the tree trunk that is Gunther, and so far he's doing a decent job. Gunther countering with that spear there. Look, for Seth's benefit, he's got to work not only just the arms but the legs as well.
And taking some massive hits by the big boy Gunther. And being in the corner with the ring general is not the place you want to be. Oh, God, clubbed at the titty of Seth Rollins. And, oh, no. Oh, my God. And Rollins going to fall on the outside.
That's got to hurt. Seth just falling the outside, trying to take him on the cover. Gunther not letting that happen, though. Immediately.
My jaw is fucking tingling from that shit.
Yeah, that hurt me a little bit.
We're up here on stage. We're there. You have to look closer.
Here comes the chops. No, Gunther with a neck breaker of his own.
And of course, that is some
count of 3 by the ref.
That's some incredible in-ring storytelling, even though we're out the ring, as Rollins gets thrown in to the hardest barricade in pro wrestling. And now, stops himself getting thrown into the steps, but instead eats the
throwing him into it again. Count of 6 by the referee.
I swear to Christ.
Gunther making his way in the ring.
Seth,
count of 7.
Please get in the fucking ring. Finchy, you fuck off. Thank you. He was creeping.
Yeah,
he was creeping.
We almost had a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Seth
it would have been a moment, all right. No. Shit would have been broken, and it wouldn't have been by ringside. And it wouldn't have been this announce desk. It would have been my headset. It would have been Elias's headset.
Rollins.
And to the back of the neck, and this match continuing to be a showcase of physicality. But seemingly no side getting a major amount of momentum yet. Things just going back and forth as Gunther counters. Oh, those chops! Machine gun a la Eddie Kingston. Oh, he's going to pick him up. And wherever he goes down, ain't going to look pretty. Snake eyes on the top turnbuckle. Could this be it? Uno. Oh, kick out at 1. And Seth Rollins showing I ain't going down easy. And Gunther saying, I'm not going to make it easy. And off the ropes he goes. And Gunther does a little song and dance and busts him open.
There.
Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. And wait a minute, Imperium's getting involved. And wait a minute. And Gunther going to pretend he didn't just see that.
Absolutely whiffing there because of Imperium's interference.
And Imperium might have just given Seth Rollins some momentum. A DDT on the outside.
They're definitely going to be talking about that one in the locker room after the match. But Gunther, being the true professional that he is, ignoring it, chop, dropping Seth. Oh my God, chop to the back, kick to the face. And again, kicks and chops, absolutely bodying Seth Rollins.
And the story of this match, what Gunther is doing to Rollins on the outside. And Rollins bonks off the apron. Gunther going to climb back in. Rollins has got to get a hold of himself.
Count of 8. The refs just stopped counting. Count of 8.
It off, but I think that would have been like a 9.5 if the ref kept counting. Seth Rollins is still in this.
These referees are mighty fishy. I understand you're trying to, beat the white brand in match ratings, but you gotta stop paying these refs off, bud. It's too obvious at this point.
I ain't paying them off. I'm just paying them a fair salary, and it keeps going up. And they do less work. I fucking hate it here. Knee in the face. Kenny Omega V-trigger.
When he was beefing with the entire indie scene, Seth Rollins started stealing moves. First Kenny's, then Will Ospreay's. Going for the stomp.
Oh my goodness! This could be it. This could be it. One, two. Oh, Gunther kicks out. That
Seth
was
Rollins
almost
completely turning the tide. Ever since Imperium interfered, the tide seems to have turned in the favor of Seth Rollins a bit.
But it looks like it belongs to Gunther. Wait a minute.
Another knee.
Another V-trigger. Now Rollins needs to know he can't win this on the outside.
Imperium watching on.
Uh-oh, Gunther though.
Gunther.
He knows he can win this. Wait a second,
No,
reverse
Rollins
DDT.
countering reverse DDT, ladies and gentlemen.
Both these men
absolutely working over Gunther, punching him in the face.
Both these men wearing out several counts at this point, and Rollins wisely back into the ring with Gunther, and
Rollins.
The Visionary taking high risk with a splash.
It.
Here's the cover. 1,
Ref,
2.
One,
is this
two.
it? No. The champion
Gunther
kicks out again.
Kicks out at 2.75, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther barely making it to his feet.
And
Rollins
Imperium tried to help. Back of the neck.
Elbow to the back of the neck.
And
Rollins.
Another stop.
Another stop. That's got to be it.
And wait a minute. Imperium stepping in. And that would have been 3. Imperium just cost Seth Rollins the match. And Gunther's been down forever.
1, 2,
and Rollins
3.
still wins.
It doesn't matter.
Rollins still wins the title.
It does not matter. Seth Rollins, you could have made the 25, ladies and gentlemen. Seth Rollins is your new Galactic Champion.
What a night! 2 brand new champions are crowned here on the Orange brand, and Seth Rollins has just shaken up the entirety of OCW on the road to Defiance. What a match! What a victory! And what a night for Overdrive Wrestling. Seth Rollins is your new Galactic Champion. And Gunther, more than likely, going to reinstate that rematch clause.
Yeah. Gunther can't be happy with the way that match wrapped up. Vinci distracting the ref and then still losing the match. What a shock to not only me and Stanley here, but the crowd. But with that being said, as great as that match was, as great as having 2 title changes was, the Orange brand, yet again, fails to deliver on their so-called claim of being better. Glory is once again your A brand, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, again, the star ratings are really subjective.
Like
I mean,
to officially state
Dave
for the
Meltzer's
4th
one
weekend
guy.
in a row.
He's obviously very behind the times if he's still using Skype and fucking pigeon mail and shit like that. I don't know how much we can really trust his opinion anymore. You know, I think we have to look inside ourselves to judge this. And I look inside myself, and I think that Glory sucked ass and probably was the only show that happened tonight. So therefore, by my logic, Stride's #1.
Unfortunately, the numbers don't lie. The numbers say that for the 5th week in a row, Glory is a superior brand. And with that being said, I would like to officially announce.
On me. I invented the Steiner logic.
I would like to officially announce that with that being said, for 5 weeks, there's not enough time for you to be relevant. That the main event of Defiance will be for the Overdrive World Championship. Kazuchika Okada will be defending his title in a triple threat match, and his 2 opponents will be decided in the next few weeks leading up to Defiance.
He totally didn't just come up with that off the top of his head. And of course, on the Galactic Championship side of things, you know, we'll have to see what happens here in the coming weeks. But if I had to guess, Gunther is gonna want that rematch clause, and he's probably gonna want it on the stage of Defiance. But that will have to be seen later. In subjectivity of which brand is better aside, this has been another incredible night of action here in Overdrive. Some absolute instant classics delivered tonight on top of 2 brand new champions being crowned. Rivalries, Rage, and the Road to Defiance. That was the name of the game tonight. And we hope to do better for you all next week. Elias, your final thoughts on this night as a whole?
Yeah, again, Glory absolutely hitting out of the park once again.
That's irrelevant.
Can I finish the sentence?
Yes, you can.
Phenomenal tag matches all across the board on both brands. The tag match of the night, obviously, being the first match of the night. I'm very happy to see that Overdrive Glory is doing great, but I'm also begrudgingly to admit that Pride has had a great card tonight with 2 title changes. The fans got to see great matches all across the board, and I can't wait to see what's next for both brands. All I know is that we will continue to be the brand, be a brand, not only of Overdrive, but of professional wrestling. With that being said, my name is Elias Storm. I am the PNG of Power. And for Stanley Brewer, thank you and good night.
Have a good night, everybody.